What? Oh my goodness. What's going on, people? How's everybody doing today? I definitely forgot to mount the mic. Okay, anyway, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Smoke Show. There's plenty of people that have been disagreeing and think that Black Americans or foreigners or whatever, whoever, however they want to classify it, don't know anything about what we're talking about. No one knows anything. And you anonymous people on the internet with goofy names and no profile pictures think that you can just bully everybody and tell everybody that you know what you're talking about. And so this is everyone's opportunity. If you think I have something wrong, or you have a disagreement, to come on and let me know what it is. Let's have a productive conversation, and maybe you could teach me something. Maybe you can, but I want to open the floor, and so the comment is pinned with the link to get in. The only rule is you got to be on camera and I need to know your name, because you can't be anonymous and make these arguments because people are acting like they know everything. But what is your background? If you guys notice, I use my real name because I stand on what I'm talking about, and I try to maintain integrity because my name follows me, and that's one thing that you always have, no matter what you have, is your name. And that's kind of important to me to not be anonymous, although it can cause issues. But whatever, we're going to deal with it. So really, I want to see all these very negative people in the comments acting like they know everything all the time. Come tell me what I don't know. What am I getting wrong? I don't know why it's not obvious that this channel really is exploration through my eyes more than it is me trying to tell people what to think about stuff. I think that at this channel's best is following or showing the journey that I'm on as far as business and investments in Kenya and lifestyle and moving here and spending more time here from a US perspective. So, I mean, I think it's obvious that we don't know everything and every nuance to every situation. And I find that maybe people aren't grasping the whole concept. So, let's talk about it. I think it would be good to talk about. Again, the link is in a whole bunch of places. Rich's Method, Ryan, did you check out the building at Killer Lakeshore? Last week, I was handling a lot of personal stuff as far as getting my place together, working on some business/legal entities, getting a vehicle. So, no, I haven't checked it out. But this week is all about content for sure. So, I will let you guys know. Oh, Rollo's here. What's going on?
I came
What?
to debate you. I got something you got wrong about Kenya today. Right.
What's going on, man?
Okay, so here's my grievance with you. First of all, how's your day going so far? First of all.
It's very chill, very good. Can't complain.
Okay. So let me get into my the crux. The crux of my argument today with you.
Yes, sir.
Um I don't believe I'm gonna like Kenya enough to wanna stay there. So I'm basically here to say, what is your top three reasons you can guarantee I'ma love Kenya so much I'm not gonna want to leave that country. Basically, that's what I came to debate you about. Now, this is if you had to bet
Ah,
money. This is if you had $500 on the line. These are the top three reasons you're not gonna want to leave Nairobi, Kenya. That's what I want to debate you on.
I don't know if I would disagree with you. That's what I keep saying. I don't know.
So you saying it's
I think
not even good enough that I'm gonna want to stay over it, or like what is your argument then to that basically? Because you're saying
what
everybody's gonna love it so much to you're not gonna want to leave, and I'm thinking in my head like that might necessarily not be true. You know what I mean? Like or
what would be your perfect experience look like? Let's start there.
I'm I'm looking for to have that confidence by being black around other black people. I think that's probably gonna be the most profound effect I'm looking for. Cause I mean, let's be being in, America, it just does something to your overall confident spirit. So I'm thinking if I can feel that to the fullest extent, I feel like that might be the deciding factor if I'm gonna really love it there. But if I get there and it doesn't make me feel a certain way, obviously I'm not gonna want to stay. So um I know you're there, you're loving it, I'm assuming. But do you feel like every single black American male can come there and get that same exact experience you're experiencing? Or what's your take on that basically then?
So to feel comfortable around black people and have a really good experience, I think you'll definitely have that. But I don't know if that's what you're looking for because you will have that. But some people come here with unrealistic expectations about that a little bit if they're too woke about it. But I don't think you're too woke about it. But I don't know if that cultural experience is going to be enough for you.
Okay, well, let's divert off that point then. I mean, is the way the women treat you an enticing factor? I mean, I'm gonna be honest. If who wants to live in a country or even stay in a country where the women aren't amazing to be around, right? So let's
I
talk
think the
about that
women are
aspect.
amazing to be around for sure. But what I like is more of a long term thing. If you're coming here temporarily, I think it's also fun. Yes.
Okay,
Um,
before we divert to that point, so you said the women are amazing to be around. Okay, so
absolutely.
how far is the gap between your prototypical American woman and the Kenyan woman? If let's say the
Try to get
American
me in
woman is at,
trouble.
I mean, we just doing hypotheticals. I mean, golly, your career's not on the line, right?
Oh well. So all right, let me answer the question. Um, I feel like the experience is much more pleasant. Some of the things that you don't think about that much is like getting a compliment, which sounds kind of small and crazy, but it stands out to me that they will be willing to compliment you. And I feel like in the US, women actually get mad if they like you.
Right. It's not even that. They've socially programmed not to show interest in you. And a compliment would be
Yeah,
an interest indicator. So that's why they
it,
don't do it.
it's a
Even, I mean,
thousand
you can
percent
see them
opposite.
sometimes looking at you like they want to give you a compliment, but they just can't muster. You know what I mean? It's not socially acceptable for her to walk up to a random guy and say, I like the way you look in that suit. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh,
You'll never deal with that. You'll feel really nice because they will let you know that they like you, and that feels really good.
is that like a common occurrence, or you can tell it's kind of like socially programmed for them to just compliment random men out there, basically, or what?
I
Or
think if they like you, they'll be nice to you, like they should, like normal humans should act. But where we're from, that doesn't happen. So I think it's
right, but
super simple, but it's really nice to experience.
right, but here's my counter question to that question. So you're saying compliments from just a regular woman who has no romantic interest in you, or just girls that obviously want you to talk to them in some type of form, basically? Because that's two different things. You see what I'm saying? Like, is it
So
like?
there's two things socially, like even if they weren't interested in you or you're just hanging out with a group of people, they're gonna be really great to be around regardless. And what I realize is being here, um, they, I guess they would call it choosing signals, right? Like you would know who you should approach because they'll let you know by either looking at you, smiling, they might come talk to you. So it reduces the friction of social interactions by like 1,000. So in both cases, it like if I'm out with somebody and we're out with a group of girls, even if you're not dealing with them, it's still a good time to be around. They're not like acting all like too good to talk to you. They don't want to like be nice to you because then they think they're going to lead you on or something. Just nice, which sounds basic, but I think like it's a big deal to me.
Right, but that's a big point though, because American women are socially programmed not to be quote unquote on a nigga dick, right? So you're saying these chicks actually hop on your dick and they don't have no issue expressing interest, is what you're saying, basically. I mean,
Yeah, you
I
won't be
mean,
confused.
right. So what about the chicks that don't give you choosing signals? I mean, you're what's the
They'll be
success
nice to you,
rate?
but they're probably not trying to talk to you.
So it's better to wait for choosing signals in Nairobi overall,
That's
basically.
what I have come to the conclusion. They'll be nice to you. That's the other thing, though. Like they're not gonna act. They're not gonna make you feel like you're committing a crime by speaking to them.
Mm. So they don't act intentionally awkward to throw off the chemistry that would have been there with the flirtation. Basically, I get it.
Never, never. So you could just be a man, and if you like someone, go talk to them, and whether they like you or not, it won't be like a problem. See,
okay.
that's why, like, I don't know if you're looking for the hype because these are small things that every day just are an improvement, but it's not like, because I know the big destinations, Brazil and Thailand. I've never been there, so I don't know what people get from being over there. But here, it just feels better.
Like what?
But is
Like
it gonna knock your socks off? I don't know. I don't think so.
right, but I'm saying when you say it feels better, it's important to kind of try to quantify it because it's just such a broad term. So it's kind of like if America's a 5, would you say Kenya's like a 8? Basically, is it 3 points better for the average
As far as
American?
treatment,
As far as overall experience, would you say basically?
I'd give America a 3, and I'd give Kenya 8.5 or a 9. Yeah.
Wow. So that's good because you're gonna find some aspect of it that you're gonna like. It ain't like you're gonna come there and totally hate it, no matter who you are. And I think that's great to have as because you. I mean, we're enticing people to want to come, and they're like, I don't even know if I'm gonna like it. My attraction for the African women is a whole thing. I got self hate issues, all type of shit. So it's a hard
I've
sale.
seen we had somebody in the comments saying they don't get the what like they came to Kenya and didn't like it, but all they talked about was the roads and the traffic and stuff. And I was like, I don't think you've really come here for good roads.
Right, but it's traffic in Houston and Atlanta that gets crazy. So it's
It's
like,
crazier,
you
like
know,
yeah, but it's chaotic.
I mean, long as you can deal with the infrastructure, I feel like, I mean, that's the because I mean, we live in America where we've seen the best of the best of the best. So it's like anything else, we're not gonna be
Yeah.
impressed to go over there in Kenya and see something that it like because we
Hmm.
seen it already. You see what I'm saying? We seen what Dan
Right.
Bilzerian's house looks like. You see what I'm saying? Like, so it's not like I'm going
Right.
to Kenya to be amazed that they got fucking cable television. You feel what I'm saying? Like I feel like people they
Yeah.
do like you were saying they do kind of like exaggerate like the actual experience and they get like false expectations. You see what I'm saying? I noticed that a lot. And then I think that's a way to like make excuses not to go. It's like a cop out. You see what I'm saying? Because they'll
Yeah,
say
I
like
agree.
Nairobi ain't got no beautiful women at all, and I'm just like, no beautiful women at all. Like that sounds crazy. You see what I'm saying? But it's kind of like over exaggerating that they're not known for having the most beautiful women in the world. You get what I'm saying? For sure, for sure.
Yeah, I think everything's exaggerated in both directions, to be honest. I just think everybody's doing too much. That's just how the internet works, though, you know? What's up, C. Griffin? What's up, Freedom? Freedom said American women are direct. What are we talking about?
No, no, they're not. They're indirect. My mom. Shit. What planet are you
You
living
could
on? You hear me?
you could go out with an American woman three, four times. You don't know if she like you still.
She could
You're
act
like,
like
what?
she love you on the first date and ghost you the next day. Like, like the level of games these American women like. That's when I go to other countries. I'm like, this shit like shooting fish in a fucking barrel. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm running more game on her than just a
Yeah,
basic American chick
it
would run
it
on a nigga. You get
it
what I'm saying?
definitely if you're into that, it could feel like that here for sure.
And this shit is true shit. It's bro. Like I didn't even realize it was that bad until I went and
But
started
I think the
dating
people's
overseas.
biggest complaint is the money game that might happen. Not
Oh, you talking about with
not
the hit
all
them
the
later
ladies
type
do it,
shit?
but you will get some money requests depending on the type of women you're talking to, and
Right, but they're
depending on what
used
they
to
want
getting
from
money
you.
requests. They're used to getting money requests,
Did I
though,
lose you,
right? You see them?
or did I lose me? Because this connection is crazy. Guys, type something in the chat.
I think you might have lost me. Can you hear me, Ryan? I'm gonna refresh and come back in. I think we lost Ryan. Let me know, can y'all hear me or hear Ryan still? I think Ryan cut out. I'm here. I'm testing the signal. I think Ryan cut out. Yep, Ryan cut out. What's up, everybody? It's Jay Rello, the #1 traveling YouTuber. I want to thank everybody for tuning in the Ryan stream today, bro. Y'all know who I am. Shout out Richards Method. It's Rello, bro. I'm going to Nairobi next week. It's gonna be crazy. Linking up with Ryan. Oh, my mom, it's gonna be dope. I'm gonna try to get Ryan out at least once. If I can get him out one time to the club, that'll be a win.
I dropped out of my own stream.
All right, are you good now?
Yeah, I'm good. See, that's what I was worried about. Oh, if you guys didn't know, I'm in a different Airbnb, but it's not the place I bought yet because I think it's going to be ready by the end of this week, but we'll see. But I'm good now. Can you guys hear me still?
Yeah, you're good. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I was talking about the money. I don't know if you heard me.
Yeah, about the money request. We heard you.
Oh, okay, okay. What's going
But I
on,
was saying,
members? Freedoms? Yeah, go ahead.
no, I was saying it pales in comparison because guys are used to shelling out 200, 300 like off the barrel when they got a super baddie. So it's kind of like they go over there and the chick's asking for $30. I'm gonna make it seem like it's killing me, then send that shit faster than Speedy Gonzalez. You feel what I'm saying? Mama, son.
um, hey,
I
hey,
We
if you're doing
underestimate
that,
the level of transactions between men and women. I really see that now. It's on my mind for sure.
it's complicated. Yeah, I think that's a tough thing that from conversations I have with a lot of people that, and for myself as well, especially trying to be more long term minded. It's hard to balance the transaction if they ask for money and things like that. You got to worry about their intentions. And as a foreigner, a lot of people already kind of see you as an ATM. So you got to read between the lines because not every money request, I don't think, is a bad thing, but it just depends.
Right, but here's the thing: it's like the money request is expected at this point. Like nobody's going into this situation not expecting a chick to ask for money at least once or twice. So you kind of already get socially programmed to already expect her to ask once you start traveling to these countries where you know they're poor as hell. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of I feel like nobody's like blown away that a girl asks them for money nowadays when you try dating in these other countries. You know what I'm saying? Like, right? Like,
Yeah, if I feel like they're being transactional, I don't like it. C Griffin, $20 super chat. Appreciate you. Just an American black woman grateful for Ryan and his Kenyan content. I appreciate you. Freedom says, "Oh, did I fall out
Rich
again?"
is gonna be there. He
Oh,
said, "I know you are coming. I will do my best to not be at the spots where you find your Pro Maxes from, brother." That's Rich's method, man. I know Richard. Shout out, Rich. He know me. I know him. Shout out, Richard. I watch your videos, bro. Good shit. I know who you are. You know who I am. You gonna be in Nairobi? Is Richard's gonna be in Nairobi or what? Do you know? Or okay. I didn't know if he was gonna be out there. Oh, he cut out again. Damn, he cut out again. Okay. Just an American black woman grateful for Ryan and his Kenya content. Thank you. Mm. What do you appreciate about Ryan's Kenya content so much? Would you guys say? Sarah or C Griffin, my fault. C Griffin. Yeah, but I'm going to Nairobi, Kenya next week. Never been to Africa before. I got a decent platform and we're gonna see how it goes. You're back?
I'm back. Sarah, what do you think about this conversation? What do you think about the Kenyan ladies? Also, I don't know where you left off, but thank you, C. Griffin. And I'm doing my best to be tactful. But I love you as a member. I love you as a supporter. We're cool.
So Ryan, what's the most people you ever had in the building on one of these lives before?
I only had I've never had more than two people on it, other than myself. The internet is struggling though, as you see. But once I move, they're just being cheap with the internet here because you could get 100 megabits download speed uh, at a lot of these buildings. Hopefully next week I'm not here. So
So that's two back-to-back places with bad internet, is what you're saying, basically, or no?
yeah, so like for you, I would do a internet speed check when you get in, and if it's slow, I would ask the Airbnb host to increase the speed, and then they might ask you to pay more, but it'd probably be worth it. I didn't think I was going to be here that long, so that's why I didn't get involved in that. Or you can get a 4G thing from Safaricom, showcasing the condo development projects.
Can I respond to Rich's method comment that he just put
What's he
there?
talking about?
He said, I've been here for months. Relo came through South Africa since I left Brazil earlier this year. Just have not released videos this time around in Africa. You know, I watch Rich's method and I'm gonna be
Oh,
honest. I love his other videos, but the Kenyan one, I watched your Kenya video. It wasn't as good as the other videos, but the other videos were like super fire with your narration and stuff. But the old Kenya one didn't really move me in any type of way, because I mean, obviously, it didn't have anything that was mesmerizing to look at. If that would be a brutally honest with you,
my
Riches. But I fuck with your channel. I'm subbed up to it. I remember thinking like this Kenya video's mid as fuck, Riches. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't. He probably feel the same
God.
way too, though. So I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm on his channel.
Did you watch his Kenya
I,
video or no?
no, I just see Brazil stuff on here.
Yeah.
But I'm not really looking for the ladies in the YouTube video like that.
Right, but that's the thing about it. Like, if we're gonna be brutally honest, like you gotta show bad chicks just for the algorithm. It seemed like the algorithm, if unless you got some chicks in the thumbnail or somewhere in the video, it just seemed like YouTube do not want to fucking push that bitch for some reason. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy for sure, for sure.
I don't know. I'm in a whole different space, so I don't know. I saw Kid Greatness at the mall yesterday.
Oh
He was
yeah,
asking about you. Yeah,
he was asking about me.
yeah, yeah. I'll have to tell you later. It was like a weird thing going on. Uh, I'll just
Something you
leave
can't
it at
speak
that.
about
I'll
on the
talk to you
live,
later.
basically. That's what you
Nah,
say.
nah. I was like, what is going on here? Freedom says he thinks you'll be happier in South Africa. Freedom, why do you think South Africa is better for Rello?
Right. And
And
you know
Rello's
what?
channel is Scott Ensley on YouTube. If you guys want to go over there,
They know me.
he
They know
said
who
we
I
know
am,
why you
right?
didn't like the Kenyan videos. He didn't. Oh, you didn't. The
See,
Pro Max is
man,
from Sasua.
and
Oh my goodness.
seeing girls on the beaches ever.
Black
Now, Riches
087. I
really is a
see.
legend, though. Like I'm not taking nothing away from it. Like
Oh,
I started with it before I even had a channel. I was watching Rich's Method. I ain't gonna lie to you.
hmm.
Can't
I'm
tell you
new
what he looked
to
like, but I know what
that
his voice
space.
sound like for sure.
Black 087. I've seen apartments at 8 million shillings in Kitsuru, which is 30 minutes from Nairobi. No, Kitsuru is not a village. It's like a smaller town. 8 million sounds crazy to be over there, though. I actually know someone that works at one of those developments, and I was telling them that, and they weren't selling nothing. So I kind of thought it's a little crazy that they're asking for 8 million over there. Thanks, Blah, for the Blossom. That development is fire. Also, we got to look at more stuff in Kilauea because I think that may be my favorite section. Kilauea has better sidewalks. It's part of it's on a hill. The main road there is nice, closer to Westlands. Not as hectic as Kilimani. Better roads. Yeah,
I'm going to Joburg next after Nairobi. After I get done
you
with
might
Nairobi,
have to. Oh, you
I'm
are
going to
doing
Joe.
that.
I'm going to Joburg for sure. Like that might be November type
Oh,
shit. Like I just got to see how I like Nairobi first. I'm definitely going to Joburg for sure.
I think if you link up with all the guys that be partying and be out a lot, it'll be cool.
So you just happen to run into Kid Greatness just by pure happenstance type shit or what? Basically.
Nairobi is so small, man. I always people recognize me. I've been bumping into people, but yeah, I just happen to see them.
Okay, so I got one critical question. All right, so you've been there a nice amount of time. Have you changed your mind on what's the best overall neighborhood in your opinion to live in out there, or what are you thinking? Is it still the same for three or what? Basically, he cut out again. Damn, he cut out again. That was a good question too. He cut out, y'all. He say, Rello, Bobby KG has my WhatsApp, but we have been meet me in person yet. He was out of Nairobi when I got back here. Oh yeah. KG has my WhatsApp. That's not kisses too rude. I don't Rich's method. I don't just like pros, bro. I mean I like pros, but pros get expensive. Pros are costly. I'm trying to live a more cost efficient life type shit. That's why I like the
Sorry.
regulars.
All right, I'm
What
back. I have a question. What have I changed my mind on the best neighborhood? I think it depends what you're looking for, of course. But if I was going to live somewhere long term, Kilauea is definitely up there. Although, I already bought my spot in Kilimani. I'm just comfortable in Kilimani. I know where everything is. I kind of know the road's really good. But Kilauea seems a little bit more classier, nicer, and it's a little bit closer to Westlands, where if you're looking to do stuff, you're probably going to end up in Westlands. Although Lavington's starting to open up some nice spots. Kalamata, I was at the other day. That's a good spot to go with a group of people. I wouldn't like try to meet people there, but it had a good crowd, and I think it just opened within the next since like January, February. Super cool spot.
So Killer Laisha and Killer Monty are like your top two, basically, is what you would say.
For the money, I don't think Westlands is worth it. I don't stay in Westlands. I don't like if I'm buying an Airbnb or something. I don't know why. I don't get the whole. I wouldn't pay the extra money to be at Westlands, especially if like you're going out at night. The traffic's not bad, so I don't see the point.
They say Rello go to Joburg first. I'm going to
Yeah.
Joburg. I'm going to Nairobi first to see how I like it. It did because I gotta save Joburg because I'm. It's a reason I'm doing it in this method because that's what I pretty much thinking I'm gonna like Joburg. I don't know. It's just tough. It's
Oh,
tough.
they're saying that.
It's tough, man. I don't know. I don't know. So I can't speak on. I might get to Kenya and be like, I love it here. I ain't going nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely gonna go to Joburg regardless. But it's kind of like I don't know which one I'm gonna like more personally. You see what I'm saying?
So
So I'm kind of
you're doing Nairobi, Joburg, and then Thailand.
no. I'm doing Nairobi, Thailand, and then flying back and going to Joburg basically.
Oh, okay.
And then
Yeah,
if
you know
you
what's
know,
crazy? The flight to Joburg from Nairobi is still like $600-$700.
yeah,
Or that's Cape
yeah,
Town. So it don't even it don't save you that much, which is crazy. I'm gonna go
yeah.
to Cape Town next time I come. I'm gonna come for 6 months, January to June, and in between, I'm gonna go to Cape Town. I think.
I wanted to do Joburg and Cape Town on the same trip, but they telling me Joburg is good enough by itself. It ain't even no need to scoop in Cape Town in there. I mean, I
Mm.
don't know if maybe somebody in the chat. Which one do y'all? I mean, somebody who's been there. Which one of y'all thinks better, Joburg or Cape Town?
I I just want to go to Cape Town just because of how beautiful it looks, to be honest, and I like the beach. And is the crime better? What's up with the crime though? I'm not. I'm a little concerned about the crime in South Africa
He
right
said,
now.
"Rello,
Lavington
just
has
go to
more family.
huh."
Westlands has horrible traffic, and all the Pro Maxes every spot. Killer Money is mixed but upscale and cheaper. Killer Leash while Lavington is usually expensive. Okay, thanks, Riches. Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, so I did. I meant to say this in the beginning. I did a interview with Lynn and Googie, who has 1.5 million subscribers. She's everyone in Kenya knows who she is. I sat down with one of her reporters, EJ. That's going to be coming out Friday, and he asked me some good questions. I hope I represented myself, and I guess Americans well. We'll see, because he asked me some tricky questions on there. I can't wait for people to see that one. But that might that I don't know. I feel like that's going to be a big one. Yes, South Africa is that dangerous. It's like being back in New York and Atlanta. If you are from America City, you are right back home. Yeah, I'm not trying to do that. Cape Town is beautiful and expensive. Joburg is affordable. Oh, is Cape Town expensive? Oh, more expensive than Nairobi? Nairobi is not that cheap. Especially they keep adding more taxes and stuff. Did Relo drop or did I drop?
No, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, you're chilling. Yeah, man. I am very curious about your experience here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of people watching this trip. I'm expecting 300 people in the building on every fucking live, possibly. Um,
What's
obviously,
the
man.
first thing that you're trying to do?
I mean, just get here, get situated. I got a pretty decent spot for the first couple days. Then I got another little smaller spot that was like really cheap, but I kind of wanted to test out different spots to get a feel for like you know, what I actually like. You see what I'm saying? Because you might think you need a bigger spot, but it's really for the things you're doing. You could have got a smaller spot. It just depends on how it feels. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's weird
Yeah.
with me. Like, you know, I'm like really very uh I'm almost empathic with like energy and stuff. Like I'll get to an apartment and be like, I just don't like the way the outside of the building don't look. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like,
No, that's a big thing. Yeah. And the
yeah. So
security and all that. Yeah.
yeah, like if I feel like it's just too like, front desk security, like I don't want to see these people every day. So it's kind of like I'm kind of weird like that. Well, I used to not give a fuck about where I stayed, but now it's like I'm kind of more like where I stay at is just so key to like how well the content comes out. Cause I do a lot of my live streams just in the house with a girl, just chilling. We might be watching a
Mm,
movie just on the live. You know what I'm saying? So I do just like
okay.
simple stuff that people like to tune into. Every day's not gonna be like fucking Lollapalooza. You know what I'm saying? Like so.
Oh, okay. That's how I keep assuming you're just gonna be out at every club all the time.
Yeah, I'm be out at the club, but it's not gonna be to the point to where it's gonna be like every day. You see what I'm saying? Like, cause I got so long in town, I really can't do my trip like that this time because I'll just blow my
Yeah.
money like super fast. You see what I'm saying? So it's
True.
kind of like
True.
I gotta make this whole 2,500 last this whole 30 days. I'm gonna be there, so I know I ain't gonna be rolling around that bitch like Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Boy.
Like Diddy is crazy. Kai, what's up? I dropped the link again. Also, it's the pinned comment if you want to come on. Hopefully the internet don't crash, but we'll see how it goes. C. Griffith asked, "What do you have planned this week for content?" So uh, I bought a car and I'm going to be picking it up tomorrow. I'm also meeting with a law firm. Um, I think I'm doing content with them tomorrow, but I don't know. I'm going to sit down because see, this is the thing about the type of content that I'm doing, guys, is I don't know these people. I don't know a lot. So if I'm a little protective about the platform, but at the same time, I'm sharing the conversations in real time that I'm having with the people that I'm dealing with, right? So if I put something out there with this law firm, what I want to do is talk to 5 different law firms and ask them kind of the same questions and let you guys decide what's credible, what's not. I don't want to be the arbiter of truth from the people. Same thing. Some of the comments are like, "Oh, this guy doesn't know what they're talking about. Oh, they don't know what they're talking about." Okay, but then listen to the other person. Basically, I'm going to keep interviewing more and more people. There's a couple of agents I'm doing tours with. There's an estate that I'm going to look at in Kilimani, but it's a house. I think it's 4 or 5 bedrooms, so that'll be interesting. I'm also. Well, I don't know if I should talk about this. Whatever. I'm probably opening up a trust here in Kenya to deal with the leasehold freehold situation. So I don't know what type of content's going to come out of that because again, guys, I'm actually doing this stuff.
On the
So you
fly.
kind of got to balance. Yeah, you got to balance having a real conversation and content, and then I don't want to give out too much information personally. Also, I have some stuff coming up with the interior designer who we should be done furnishing the property by the end of this week. And we're going to do some joint stuff. And I have a before and after, so you'll be able to see everything. I'm going to share all the cost of everything to furnish everything. I know some other people have done that. I'm pretty sure I spent more than probably everybody, but I'm a bit particular on what I'm trying to do. So there's that. And also, I'll talk about the car buying process. I wired a significant amount of money and then I had to fight with the bank all day. They kept canceling it. So sending money here, I'll probably talk about that. And then I always get worried when you wire money that the other side is going to play crazy like they didn't get the money when they did, but that has never happened, but it's always a concern. I actually had a lawyer that helped me with the transaction and knew all the people. So depending on their comfort level, we'll see what type of content comes out about the car purchase, but I'm doing that tomorrow.
Hey
But
Ryan,
basically, yeah.
I gotta make a quick run. I just wanted to. I
Okay.
appreciate you for having me on your show today, man. This was a great
Thanks,
conversation.
man.
I just gotta make a couple of runs. I'm gonna drop my link in the chat just in case anybody wants to follow me there at the Scott Inslee link. Thanks, Ryan, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Stay safe, guys.
Thanks. Yep.
Thank you.
See you in a couple weeks.
What up, Ryan?
What's up, man? How are
Yeah, I'm back from
you?
London, bro.
He
I'm
he
here.
he went he went to London and couldn't resist. He wasn't even planning to come back. He just came back yesterday or today. Yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah,
What's
I had a
going
good time.
on?
Yeah, London was fun, man. London was really fun. Got to see an Arsenal game. Sorry if anybody hates
I
Arsenal over
need
here.
that.
I'm not a supporter. But it was fun. It
Who'd
was
they
really
play?
cool. It was really cool. I got to see a friendly. And here's the thing, guys. If no one's went to like a football match, we call it soccer in America, try to find a friendly because it was $35 and I was literally lower deck, like front
Ooh,
seats. I mean, it was nice.
wow.
I showed it to you, Ryan. But like for 35 pounds, you still get that same energy. The place was packed, man. It was so much fun. Even if you're not into football, it's just a good event to go to because it's like just people are just so
Mhm,
enthusiastic about it. I had a
mhm.
blast. It was really nice. It was really, really nice.
That's on my bucket list is to see some English Premier League
I'll tell you
football.
this. I looked
I'm
at
gonna have to
the
meet you out
friendly.
there.
Yeah, yeah. There's the friendly, which is kind of like the preseason, and then there's the real
Mhm.
match. And I looked at the tickets when it's in season. The seat that I was in was about 300 plus. So I was just
Okay,
like, man,
that's
I'm glad
still
I got
not
a
too bad.
friendly. Yeah, but you
That's
get to
not too
see all the
bad.
players and everything else like that, the starting squad, all these different type of things. So it was really fun, really, really fun.
Let me check these comments. C. Griffin said, Kai with the great questions. That's why I like doing content with Kai because he comes up with some questions I might not ask.
Thank you, C.
Davy
Griffin. I appreciate
Karras,
that.
you come back to Kenya the other day. Why are you in a hurry to leave? I'm not in a hurry to leave. I wish I would stay. I got a lot of affairs to take care of, but I'm here till October. But I'll be back.
Ryan's in a hurry to get out of his Airbnb. That's what he's in a hurry to.
Oh
He's
my
in a hurry to get out the
God.
Airbnb. Oh my God,
So,
that is the toughest situation.
so the, a lot. So anyone thinking about buying real estate from overseas and coming here, this is why it's really important to have someone because everything's going to take longer than you think it
Yep.
is. Like
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I don't want to keep paying for Airbnb. I want to get here. It'll be ready. I'll move in 2 weeks. I'll get a bed. And now it's five, 4 or 5 weeks in, and so I'm 3 weeks overdue. And so if a lot of you guys probably only can get 2 3 weeks off of work or something. If you come here and try to handle all of your business,
No, it's not going to work. It's
it's
just
not gonna. It's
no
not gonna.
disrespect, but like, for the people that are in America, speed is kind of an essential thing. And this is no disrespect to the market here, but speed is just a lot slower here. And also, from what you guys seen with the videos, craftsmanship is not as I wouldn't say it's not as important. I just think that they just don't know, the difference. So kudos to Ryan because I like the fact that he's putting his foot down on the grout, all these other type of things to kind of show you, what quality is because these things will be problems. Like I've been in these Airbnbs, Ryan's been in these Airbnbs, and these Airbnbs are turning like crazy, right? So you start to see the damage in the bathrooms, and that's what I think Ryan is really trying to show. Like, the better the quality, the better the durability, So I'm glad that
Yeah.
he's fighting the good fight for you guys. He really honestly is. He's literally fighting the good fight, even though you see it's taking a toll on the man. You see it's taking a toll on him, but he's fighting the good
This
fight.
is this is what happens is if you're on a time frame, there's things that I would have kept fighting with him about, but at this point, it's not even worth it. So people are in the comments like, I would never accept it like that, which I get, but you're going to drive yourself crazy dealing with it. And I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's still functional, but yeah, I mean, it's not ideal. Like, but it okay. as someone that does flips and things like that, it does drive me insane because, for example, I'm going to the elevator and they have the wood panel all around it, so
Wood
it looks
panels.
nice.
That's protect the walls, guys. They put these wood panels on all just when they're introducing a place to protect it, to protect the walls.
No, no, no. I'm saying the wood, the fluted panels, like
Oh, okay.
the cladding, kind of like I'm doing
Yeah.
in my place, right? And
Yeah.
they already damaged it, and then on the ceiling they were spackling, and they get spackle drips on it, and they don't wipe it. So what happened? So spackle, guys, is like it's not
All
like
over the
cement,
place.
but it hardens basically, and it's really hard to get off once it
Right.
gets hard. But it's a liquid
Right.
at first. Why the heck don't you wipe it off? Because now to clean it, you might have to scratch it off and it'll take all day. And it's just
Yeah.
madness because a little bit of attention to detail would would dramatically make the
But
process
that's the
easier.
thing,
And I
Ryan.
bet
I
you when
just
they go to clean it, they're going to scratch it. And then
yeah.
it's
And you know
they
some of
keep
that spackle.
damaging
I
the
don't
new
know about
stuff.
this spackle, but you know some of that spackle requires that sandpaper to kind of get off a little bit too. So you might be
You
messing up things.
scratch the
I was thinking about like when I went to your place and I started just doing the kind of look through. Man, I'm telling you, you guys got to. People need to put tarpo in there. They do not care about your floors after you put that money down. I mean, they come in dragging stuff, scratching up your floors, all that type of stuff. So people listen to what me and Ryan are saying. If you get an opportunity to get in there and the floors are established, put some seal or something like that on those floors because they ain't caring about your floors. They are not caring about your floors. They ain't caring about no, ain't caring about your family, nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be you guys gotta just you gotta do your own due diligence and start protecting these things because they move stuff, they scratching Ryan's door frame, they giving Ryan like a half done door frame, like and they seal it with the like another little small piece. I'm just like they rush through it, you know, and quality
They
control
leave it on
has to be
you to be the quality control.
exactly, exactly,
But it's
and
so dumb because it's so much harder to fix it after you did it.
so we've been here. I've been here for about a couple of months. You know, I know that other people might have 2 weeks, and you're trying to stuff all that in. It's not going to work, Ryan. Am I preaching to the choir here? I mean, it's not going to work. You're going to come there, and it's going to look unbelievably bad to our standards. I should say. Maybe I should say it
Yeah.
that way. You know,
So if I hired a contractor to do the work, I wouldn't pay them
It's
because
that
I'd be
bad.
like, you got to fix this, you got to fix that. Yeah, like tile work. If the grout looked like that, I would never pay a tile contractor for the grout to look like that.
What about the painting? What about the paint that
Nope.
you saw?
I want to pay. I want to pay. None of the finishes. I would pay a contractor for that quality of finishing. I'd make them keep
That's a
doing it.
big statement right there. That's a
Like
big
like
statement.
even like so this has I haven't even done content on this, but like this is just how things happen here though. That's the problem. So they're doing my wall panels, the wood wall panels, right, with the nice
hmm
fluted wood wall
hmm
panel.
The ones like behind
Well, the
you,
guy's
right?
using kind of like, yeah, kind of, but not really
Okay.
this. But
Okay.
you've seen them before,
Yeah, yeah.
and they use glue. They use glue to affix it to the wall.
Mm.
Well, they spilled glue on the floor and then clean it up, and now now it's hard to clean when you could have just take a cloth,
And
no
wiped it up.
problem.
Or how about
Now
this? Put a
now
little rug or a little
it's
carpet
glue
on
on the
there.
floor.
Yeah, man. So this is the thing, man. You guys get an extra luggage and start packing as much protective sealants or whatever that you might do. I'm talking about maybe even painter's tape, tarps, those type of things. I don't know, Ryan. You might have found these places that sell this stuff. Like Home Depot has it like for
There's
like
some
three
kind of
dollars,
store that has it.
but
Yeah.
they are not about the quality control. Uh, and you'll be surprised because you think that they'll clean it during handover, which is kind of like the final phase no, they're they're like looking at you and saying, "You cool with it though, right? You cool? You cool? You know, kind of smudge this out. You cool?"
Oh yeah, they're
And
like,
then
here, sign, here, sign, here, sign, here. Let's do the handover. I'll give you the
exactly.
keys. Sign right here.
And
Like,
trust me
no,
with
no,
this, guys.
no.
Yeah, trust me with this. And this is a good thing with Ryan. Ryan got time. He can sit there and stay there the whole day. Okay.
But
And like and
no, really,
subscribe. But Ryan got time. Ryan got some
I've
time
taken,
here. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ryan.
yeah, I've taken some. I don't know. I've accepted things that I wouldn't accept in the U.S. though, for sure. Like
Mm,
even when they fix the
mm.
floor, now I realize that the color of the couple new pieces of the floor are a little bit different.
Oh, it is, huh? Oof.
Hmm.
How you feeling? Like,
Very
well, like, what
annoying.
did you kind of let slide?
Uh, there's a little scratch on the granite. Now, only I would see it because this
Mm-hmm.
is what I do, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it does offend me.
No, at the end of the day, like you
um,
put a lot of money down. So I mean, you see it and it doesn't work with you. You got to stand up on it. So that's what I'm happy about, that you are standing up on it and saying like, no, I'm cool with. I don't like that.
yeah, but even how they fixed it, I don't like it. You know,
Mm, yeah.
um, just the grout. I definitely didn't win the grout thing. It still looks terrible.
Mm.
Um, I'm just gonna do it myself for content. I don't know. I'll show everybody how to do grout.
What do you guys think about that? If Ryan does a grouting session, put it on the chat, guys. What do you
It
guys
just
think? You guys think that a
puts
grouting
it
session will
before and
work?
after. And I'm not the most handy, but I could do stuff like that. Let me get into these comments real quick.
Yeah.
Patrick said, "Is Kenyan citizenship in your plan? How many citizens country do you have?" I'm just a U.S. citizen. I'd love to get at least my residency. This is what I'll be talking to some of these law firms about. Some people say you don't need it because there's the e-citizen. But when you know people, sometimes you can get stuff done that isn't what you Google. So we'll be investigating that and trying to find a pipeline for that. I'm not rushing for that though. I mean, you can stay for 90 days and then you leave and come back. I'll travel the rest of the continent in the meantime. But yeah, I mean, my term plan is to do that. To be honest, you need, but on paper it says 7 years for residency, or I think that might be citizenship. Uh, but if you're married, it's 3. But the M word is a little scary, and that will be at members only. And maybe we'll talk more about some of those dilemmas. Okay, but it's on my mind. Okay, so
90
it's
days is
like
pretty good
reverse.
amount of time. You know, I
What is
think
it?
90
90
days is
Day Fiance.
the 90-day fiance for real.
I'm. All right, hold on. Let me keep going. Uh, are you back in America, Kai?
No, freedom, freedom. I'm exploring my freedom. I'm back in Kenya. So I'm
Hey,
in Westlands actually.
he loves Westland. See, that's why people ask me a question. I don't have a simple answer because it depends on what you want. Because
Okay, can I talk
I see
about
the
Westlands? Why
prices.
I
I'm
love it so
like,
much?
you, how much do you pay a week?
Oh gosh, it's expensive over here. Airbnb is very expensive. I won't tell you what I'm paying now, okay? But I'll tell you what I was
Okay.
paying. It's like $100 a day, 100 US dollars a day for my last place. You can get things for a lot cheaper
A
in
hundred a
Kilo Rushmore.
day.
Yeah, it's like no. Actually, no. I'm sorry. 75 a day. 75, 75, 75 a day, depending on where you go. That's still
Five
pretty expensive.
hundred
So
dollars a week.
no, no. Let me look. Hold on. Let me look before I
75
before I keep
times
on thinking.
7. So I'm paying $250 a week in
Let me look. Hold
Kilimani.
on. Let me look. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Okay. Kilimani, I pay $250 a week. And I don't want to pay any more than that. I don't care where the place is at. That's because it don't matter that much to me. But we'll let Kai tell us why he loves it. Let me keep
Let's
going through
see
the
here.
comments while he's doing that. Davey, what makes you think Rello will love Joburg more than Nairobi? That's what I'm wondering. Jerry's turn. Oh, it's Rello. What's up? Kenya is addictive. Welcome back, Kai. It is. The peace that you feel here is amazing. The good vibes. Kai went back to Nairobi already. Oh Lord, yeah. Well, I needed him. I didn't do a lot last week, so Kai's got high energy. I don't have the high energy like that. So he'd be like, "Hey, we'll set this up. Let's do that." And I'm like, "Okay." Africa is Arsenal's biggest fan base. Yeah, because they're New Jerseys. They got the African inspired jerseys and stuff, which is cool. Kai, what match was that? Was that the Kenya match last week? No, he was at Yo, shout out to the Kenyan national team. They beat Morocco today. I really wanted to go to Chan. People keep telling me not to go because it's going to be too much for my light skinned self. But I really want to go to a Kenyan game. Can I rent your spot, Ryan? I rented out the Lavington spot. That's a whole story
Okay, I'm
because
back.
the property manager I had didn't do
My
nothing
bad.
for 2 months. And I come here and I engage a whole bunch of agents because they have open agencies. So you can hire multiple agents to lease your place. I got at least in like 5 days. So I learned something.
Oh, hold on. Let
Kai,
me
how
go.
much you pay?
Hold on. I got my
Uh,
Glovo coming. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Sid, what's up, man? I was seeing your comments. I'll get to them. I appreciate what you were saying. Edwin, what's up, Ryan? Love the live, man. Thank you, Edwin. I appreciate it. Where'd all these haters go that be so negative in the comments? Where's Discount Hub? Where's Lunganut? Where's Plano? Where's all the haters at? I wanted them to come and tell us what we got
CJ's, get it
wrong.
your way, baby.
Uh,
Woo! There you go. There
hey,
you go.
did you play?
Um,
CJ, get off CJ's. They give me too much food. I'm gaining a couple
oh,
pounds. I don't like it.
you get that Cheesecake Factory portions. Is that right?
That's what CJ, you order fries, it's like this much.
Yeah, the fried is like full on, like a huge plate of potatoes, man. I'm telling you, it's wild.
uh, Black
Um,
087, I need to ask though, is there a lot of power outage? I haven't had one power outage
no, me neither.
since I've been here 5 weeks. Last time my place was on scheduled shutdowns for like 2 hours from 5 to 7. There's a backup generator, but not all the backup generators back everything up, so that could be a problem. Hey guys, Ryan is an asset for all of us, especially if you plan to buy apartments in Nairobi. You'll be there September 21st. Hey, thank you, Sid. I appreciate the endorsement, man.
Yeah,
Um, Sid is a
Ryan is
really
an
cool
asset.
guy because he's an investor. He knows what's going on. I was gonna go to Nairobi Nexus and I decided not to. The meeting on
Mm.
Thursday. That's when I had Len and Googie too, though. So I was kind of like, Jesse Whitehorn. Hello, Ryan and Kai. Welcome to the smoke show. I thought you were smoking a No, I'm looking for the haters. Where are the haters that
No,
disagree
they don't
and
want the
say we don't
smoke.
know
They
what we
don't want the
talked
smoke,
about?
Ryan.
I'm gonna ban them. Because don't just be commenting a bunch of not like I believe in free speech, but don't just sit there with some fake profile and complain. And then we invite you to have hey, make your case, and they don't want to come, they're gonna get banned. As broke, I'll get to you guys in a minute. So if you want to eat for a second, you can. As broke engineer student, create more jobs. I agree, and that's what we talked about on Lynn and Googie a lot, actually. Sid, instead of subscribing to channels about dating, and I heard we subscribe to Ryan's channel. Anybody can get girls. I don't know if that's true. If everybody can get
I don't
girls,
think
but I
that's true,
appreciate it, Sid. And
but
if
yeah,
you
I
do, you
appreciate
might
it.
have to pay. You might be paying because that's what a lot of people have been complaining about the money request to me.
Mm.
So, and
It was
some
$40
people
a
that
night,
come out
Ryan.
here,
I'm sorry.
oh, 40. Okay. So what's that a week? Oh, where's my math? How come now the internet's working?
You got a good
280.
connection.
Oh, wait. I should stay there then. That's 280 a week. That's way
Yeah,
better.
it depends on where you stay. I mean, with Westlands, you
Wait,
get
what's the place look
everything.
like?
I could show it to you. I don't know if I could show it to you on this, but I don't know how to do all that.
Oh, okay. Can we rent your rental property? No, I rent long term right now on the Lavington property. Please show us how to fix it. It's a great idea. I wouldn't recommend you guys try to fix it yourself. I would probably hire somebody. I have no idea what things cost. I got my place painted. It cost me 35,000 shillings, which is $250, $275. That's very cheap. 75
No,
dollars
I
per day
misquoted.
for China.
It was
Yeah,
40.
that's not
It
great.
was 40.
40. That's not bad. You need to take 50,000 units of vitamin D. What? Do you intend on paying taxes to the government in Kenya since you make content in Kenya? Yeah, I know that they're coming up with certain things. I don't know how all that works. I got to talk to some people and figure out um, the tax liability and all that. Davey Karras, that real dude, just seems like a Joe Berg type of guy. If you know, you know. So you pay 46.25 per week, Ryan. If that's, I'm paying $250 a week at my Airbnbs that I go to in Kilimani. I don't know what the conversion is off the top of my head. What happened to the likes, guys? Yeah, hit the like. Thank you. We got 63 people in here. Don't be a ninja watcher. Contribute, because I see all the members and all the regulars in here, but I don't see the new people. So say hello, introduce yourselves. This is a community. We do this every Sunday at
Yeah, it's a Sunday
noon
sermon.
Eastern Standard Time, and it's 7 p.m. East Africa time. I'm sorry, Kai. Let me just get through the questions. We'll
Go ahead, go ahead, go
keep
ahead.
it going. What up, Ryan and Chad? I paid $250 a week in Kilimani just recently. Exactly. Freedom, please tell us why. I guess the South Africa thing. Explain the money request. I'm curious. See, Griffin. She said this is, but she a member, so we'll talk. We'll talk about it in a second. Go to the game, Ryan. Football fans don't care about light skin nuns. Yeah, but then somebody messaged me. Oh, they were jumping over the fences. You don't want to get mixed. I'm not soft. I don't know, but people keep telling me they're gonna snatch my phone and all that. I don't know.
Yeah, if you
I'm
have your
looking for
phone
a
out.
long-term profit. But sitting down in the stadium, I don't think so. I'm not silly, so I don't think that'll happen. Oh, big and busy. I'm looking for a long-term property, planning on moving 2026. We'll find you something though. That's too. We got. You don't need that much time to look. The entire condo painted for less than 300. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good.
but paint was okay. You said that you did not have enough energy. Remember? What? I think the Chan 2024 matches is changing the political convo. Yeah, it really is because the president's out there giving money. He had Ryla out there. It, it's pretty interesting to see what's going on. Also, I know the traffic over there is crazy. That's probably the biggest thing because you'll get stuck there all day at Moy Stadium. I think that's on Thika Road. Kenyan needs skilled foreigners, not passport bros. So many ads on your live stream. Good for you. I don't control that exactly. That's 51.80 per day. Sid said, hold on, let me get a beverage real quick.
Let's go get his beverage.
Guys, my health and fitness is not doing good, but I'm kind of waiting. The gym here is not that nice. I'm trying to hold. I was planning to get better on a routine when I got in my place and got situated, but I feel like I've been making that excuse too long. So
There's a
what's
nice
up,
gym in
Kai?
Say what?
I know, but it costs too much. The gym's here, you pay $60 a month, and
Yeah, it's
then am I gonna
$60 for a month.
drive?
Yeah, yeah. I'm
And then
I'm
I'm
like
walking through the
walking
mall and my
distance.
gym closed.
It's kind of fun though, man. You get out, you work out, then you can walk through the mall, get a little lunch, people watch, it's part of the whole holiday experience, the vacation experience. But I mean,
Okay.
if you drive in, you never know. It's just a little change of scene and everything else like that.
Hey, I can't wait to get. So, guys, I bought. So this is for you guys participating in the live. I bought a Ford Ranger Wildtrak 3.2, 2016. It was recently imported last year. It was locally used for about a year. 50,000 kilometers on the odometer. I paid 4.4 million shillings, which is about $35,000. And I bought that vehicle because I think it's good for off-road. It's good for anything. Plus, I like having a truck bed because I like to get shit done if I need to. If I need to get the grout work done, or if I need to go to Tagoni and drive on some dirt roads, is equipped for all that. The driving out here is very unsafe, and so I think you have better chance. It's really not in the city that's unsafe, but when you get onto the county roads, trucks are trying to pass other trucks, and
Oh yeah.
they don't care. They'll kill somebody. So at least a bigger vehicle feels a lot safer.
And then you also got those
Okay.
the Boda Boda guys just pop out of nowhere. So you always got to keep your head on swivel because they are damn near suicidal how they move. I mean, they're cutting in and out of traffic. I saw a few accidents with the Boda Boda guys.
Yeah, I saw one of them got killed on one of these roads. That was pretty sad. And then they burned the Matatu because the Matatu did it. I saw.
Oh wow, that's
Freedom said you and
crazy.
Kai were huffing and puffing on the hills in Tagoni. Could tell
Freedom.
American. I
Those
went.
hills were steep. Steep. They took us into the middle of the tea leaf garden. You be huffing and puffing too. I'm telling you, it was tough.
I, I used to be in a lot better shape. I gained like 20 pounds recently. It's terrible. But
We're gonna be
I
running
did
those
feel bad
Tagoni.
about
We're
that.
gonna be running those Tagoni hills for some fitness now. You know,
Last time I went to Forest with Dennis, and we walked like 8 miles, and the next day I was dying. But
you're
that's a good
gassed,
thing to
huh?
do, Karua Forest.
Yeah, Karua Forest is
But
nice.
see, I want to be able to drive. Like a lot of things I haven't been doing because Ubering is just depressing to me. So I can't wait. I just hop in the car and drive to Karua by
You see,
myself or
and I'm
whatever.
sorry, I'm not trying to promote Westlands, but Westlands is kind of in the middle of all that. So a Uber ride would be maybe
Hmm.
like a $2 ride over here, there. You'll get there in 10 minutes. You know, you can do everything you want. Westlands is the location that I like. It just has everything and it's very
Yeah,
convenient. It's walking distance to a lot of things. So I suggest that Westlands, if you're you want to travel, maybe this is your first time in Africa, Westlands is a good landing spot because
for
it's
sure.
very convenient. Yeah, it's just very convenient for you to get around. But Kilimani, Kilaueshwa, Lavington, those places are like real chill vibes. So you don't have to deal with all the hustle and bustle that Westlands has. But I kind of like being around that energy.
What I've been thinking is that so what happened is the development was in Westlands, and then it was in Kilimani. That's why there's so much going completing
Mm-hmm.
over there and Lavington
Mm-hmm.
and basically not Westlands. And now it's coming back to Westlands. So as the new population is popping up in Kilimani and in that direction, there's more things to do popping up, I think. So it'll be because usually most things that you want to do are in Westlands. But now, like that place I was telling you,
Mm-hmm.
Calmata, that place was dope, and that's in Lavington. And it was like Lavington old money look to me, like it was
Oh, it was,
local,
huh?
but like high end. It was like high end local. We got to go sit by the fire pit and bring some people. It looked real good.
Yeah, that's yeah, Ryan showed me some videos of it. It looks
I
very
just
nice.
envisioned it. I envisioned it
Yeah.
with our best crew over there. It was going to be nice. Epic.
Okay,
I
but Ryan,
don't
let me
have a
ask you
driver.
this.
Hmm.
Let me ask you this. If you had to pick one place to buy a unit, where would you pick?
Mm. As an
One
investment
place,
or to
that's
stay?
it. That's it. One place. Where would you pick?
Investment, investment, or for
Investment.
me?
No, solely
Oh
investment.
no,
Where would you
Westlands.
pick?
No, no, no. Westlands. I don't. If you're just an investor, you should only buy in Westlands.
Yeah, I agree with you.
There's no point in
I agree
buying
with you.
anywhere else.
No, it's a little bit tougher, but everybody wants to kind of stay in Westlands pretty much.
If you can afford buying in Manhattan, you should buy in Manhattan. You know,
Yeah.
or you want to buy in the best zip code, and that's Westlands all day for investment.
I think so. I think so. I
So
think so. That's a good way of how you put it. If it's like a Manhattan of Nairobi, pretty much, and you have a price point that you can get in, you'll definitely do that. You know, it's like a unit on the Las Vegas Strip or something like that. You know, so it's like, yeah, that's the probably the best play. That's what I would pick as well.
my overall thesis on investing here in Kenya is that you're basically, or Nairobi, is that you're basically in New York City 20, 30 years ago. And
Yeah.
so just look at New York City 20, 30 years ago.
Yep.
And where would you have made the most money? Manhattan, the downtown, the
Yeah.
most,
Yeah.
whatever, the closest to the most desirable area is where you should buy for sure.
I think of it like this, guys. I think about it as, let's say you're just a person who just gets dropped down here. What would that person want? You know, they will want to be close to the supermarket so they can get food. They will want this. They will want that. They want maybe some transportation. Maybe they want a little party life. That's what Westlands has. It has all of that within walking distance. So I think that Westlands is a great place to kind of, if you can invest and you can afford it, is to invest there.
I did like when we were at your place in Skynest and we were able to walk to all those places and we had a really good time. So, I
Yeah, and
mean,
you like
that
the amenities
is
too and everything.
worth
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
expensive.
Uh,
You pay the price for it, but it's
but not really. What you're paying there is not more than what I'm paying.
well,
So
maybe I just
that's
look.
pretty
That
good.
was my past one. I came at a preview. I don't know, but at the end of the day, it's around that. It's around $40 to $50 in Westlands and everything else like that.
That's not bad. That's not
It's not
bad.
bad at all. It's not bad at all.
Kiki's, did I respond to your email? Because a lot of people have been reaching out. If I didn't, let me put my Instagram because guys, once some emails start coming in, it's hard for me to keep up with them, to be honest. But on IG, I should be able to respond. Um, but I
Kiki, are
want
you talking about Marble
I
Rest? There's one right
I
next
think
to it.
she's probably talking about Marble West or
Oh, I like
1870
Marble
for sure,
West. That's a good pick, Kiki. I
dude.
think personal opinion, I feel that Marble West will be better than Emerald. I don't know if you guys saw the Emerald video.
Wow.
Uh, look at the Emerald video, guys. But I don't know. I saw we went to the like do some research on Marble West the last time we were here, and I'm
I like
impressed with
their
Marble
projects
West.
better.
You do. You
Yeah,
see
that's funny.
exactly.
Yeah, before Emerald had their show house, I preferred Marble West from looking at both of their past projects.
Yeah.
But Emerald Show House uh, was as perfect as it can be as far as quality. I
Yes.
didn't have
Yes.
any issues. But Marble West definitely has more availability now. So that's something to
But
think about because Emerald,
so what happened with Marble West that you guys didn't see on the videos? The guy that was the sales officer, he said, "Listen, we're going to come out the last, but we're doing all the research on all these other developments. So all these issues that other ones are having, we're listening to those complaints, and we're going to build, I guess, the ultimate residency." And I kind of believe him based off looking at their past projects. I really do. I think that they're going to be unbelievable. It's going to be a size thing because Emerald had a really good quality. I really enjoyed Emerald. I'm curious about what Marble West has to offer. I really am curious about that.
another thing that I want to express to everybody is what I'm coming to realize is the projects that we are showing, which are generally have been derived from like dentists recommending them, all have more hype and more demand and are nicer because there's a lot of other projects that are
Yeah,
not on the radar that we don't
yeah,
know that much about. Because when I was on Riara Road, which is near Junction Mall, I went to Symphony, I went to Palmera, and I went to Crescent. And I haven't even completed those videos because um, they're kind of mid, to be honest. And so this is why working with an agent actually is a bit helpful because I found I went to these properties by myself and I was like, oh, this is why Dennis didn't even bother showing them to me
could you explain that, Ryan? What
because
can you define mid?
eh,
Can you explain what you mean by that?
Um, so what I've been noticing, even before even before they have a show house, just how their sales office or where their sales office is, or like how prepared they are, is a good
Mm,
indication of the quality of the developer. Because like a couple places, I knew I was not going to have a good experience because when I walked in the building,
mm.
it's just a mess. And then the salespeople aren't salespeople; they got like dirty T-shirts on and don't know what they're talking. It's like so. Like, and you see, I like the developer I'm purchasing from a lot, and I'm still
Oh
having
yeah.
finishing and quality problems.
Oh yeah.
So if you're looking at these like lower level or less like lower profile developments, I think you're going to have a lot more problems. And so I just feel lucky I was working with a good agent because he didn't even show me the stuff, and now I'm looking at it. But actually, he showed me some, and I walked in and walked out, and then we never. Then the next time, he already knew not to like. I'm not looking at that stuff.
Mm. That's a
So
good point.
if we're not talking about some of these projects, it might be because they just don't got the juice.
Mm. I wanted to ask you, and actually, I would like to ask the people here, how do you guys feel about the Pandora project? I was unbelievably impressed
Mm.
by Pandora. Pandora is in an area, guys, where there's not a lot going on. It's on the other side, the outskirts of Westlands, but they're building an entire mall in their basement area that has everything that you need. I think it's going to be a really amazing project. What did you think about that, Ryan?
I think it's super dependent on that developer. Although Dennis said that they're really good, I would like to see their past projects because
Yeah,
I
me
think
too.
uh, is the mall going to look good? Is it going to have good stuff in it? I know,
Look,
and this goes to content, right? Like they were saying that it's going to have the big names in there and all that stuff, but guys,
yeah.
they're just saying that. Like just because they say it doesn't mean we're like, oh, okay, it's fact. They're salespeople, so I hope you guys can read between the lines. Um, Now they could, but I'm not discounting them. I'm just saying I don't know if they're are they going to have is the mall going to be as beautiful and amazing and have all the good stores? If it does, it's an amazing project, and the quality build quality matches everything that they're talking about.
The
Um,
interesting thing, Ryan,
but if
is
not, then like if the mall's kind of like not nice, then I don't know if it'll be good. But for the price, it
mm,
makes a lot of sense. But you know what they didn't tell us?
what?
They don't allow Airbnb.
How'd you find out about that? You serious?
Actually, someone commented it, and then I checked back with them and
Wow.
confirmed they don't. And I feel bad because it's not in the video, and I didn't know. You would think they would tell you something like that.
Yeah, you would think so, but that's a pretty big deal. If you can't rent out your
It's
place,
good and bad. You can rent it, you just can't do short term.
okay, but what
That's
how
what I
long is the
confirmed.
term? Yeah,
I don't
how
know.
long would the term be?
I was going to get into that, and then what's the enforcement? How are they going to know? So I didn't think it was too big a deal, but definitely something that people should know.
Yeah. The interesting thing about Pandora, where I kind of feel like, man, these guys actually might be a big time developing. When we went in there, they didn't have a showroom. They didn't even build the showroom, and they're almost sold out of all their
Panorama.
units.
Hmm.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Panorama.
but I've been to
No,
places.
Pandora.
This is what I
Pandora.
don't. Yeah, yeah. But at Panorama's selling. Oh yeah, they're both selling out actually. Um,
Yeah, and they don't have a showroom. They're just now building the showroom for
well,
Pandora.
I like
But
that. I so Pandora is building a temporary showroom,
yeah.
which I think speaks very well of them that they want to show you what they're going to be able to do because that costs a lot of money. They're going to build a showroom, then demolish it.
Yeah, but they're sold out of their, what is it, the 2 and the 3 units already?
The small units, I think. I think just
They're
two. I don't
small
know if the
units
threes are
without. They just
downstairs.
said that, hey, look, we're building something, and everybody bought. They bought out an entire building. The ones that are like going that are still available right now are like the 4 units or something like that.
Yeah,
So
the
it's
bigger
very
ones.
interesting. Maybe it's what the salesperson said that they're really that good. They have a good reputation. But it'll be interesting if we do go through their past projects to see how their past projects are doing. Because yeah, I'm always about to prove it because these salespeople will tell you everything under the sun, but they got to prove it. That's the reason why the diplomats I'm impressed
Oh,
with because of the
did I
past
drop?
projects. Are you out, Ryan?
Oh, I'm back.
No, you're there. I hear you.
Hold on. I I'm dropping.
No, I still hear you. Oh, I guess Ryan went out. Oh, he dropped. He's gonna be back in just a second, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying this. It's a fun time to experience this stuff. I hope you guys like the videos. It's really fun doing that with Ryan. Like and subscribe. He really is a good guy. It's really nice to I don't know, just be out here. And if you guys are thinking about like leaving wherever you're leaving, I really highly consider that maybe you guys should do Kenya. It's a beautiful place. Yeah, we're showing you Nairobi and everything else like that. But if you see Tagani or anything else like that, it's just really fun just to be in those areas. You're back, Ryan.
Man, I'm sorry. This is my whole life is being held up by not being able to move into the spot. Hold on. So let me get into the comments. I want to make sure we're respecting the audience and seeing
Oh
what you
yeah,
guys are talking
absolutely.
about.
And while you do that, I'm gonna grab
Pandora,
some food. Hold
let's see
on.
what's going on. Yeah. Feel free. Don't let the food get cold. Um, Levi Reed, are you familiar with Austin Holloman? You know, people give him a lot of hard stuff. I respect Austin a lot. I like what he's doing. He's a young guy. That's what you all got to realize. If I was like his age, I'll be wilding sometimes too. But I don't know. I think Austin's dope. I don't agree with everything he be doing, but a lot of respect for him. You and Kai were huffing and puffing. Yep. Do I have a driver? Austin is a passport, bro. God, don't be so hard on him. Keys, let me know though. I do want to respond. Whatever you were talking to me about, I want to make sure we connect. Guys, if I missed something, I'm sorry. It's a lot going on here. Um, but quieter neighborhoods are good for long-term rental. Someone moving to Lavington is there to live, not pass through. Yeah, it's good for long-term, but I think in Westlands you just have more leverage overall. So if you're looking as a strict investor, I still think it's the best. Is Westlands too oversaturated for a new restaurant? I think
No.
Westland's very competitive. I actually think Lavington is a good spot. I'm telling you, if you look up Kalmata, that place is dope. And the funny thing about starting a restaurant is, like, if you look at Oyster Bay or Kalmata or Cultiva Farm in Karen, there's not even really a structure. It's like a metal frame and a sheet roof, and then it's like outside. So I think the initial investment is not that high, but the restaurant scene is competitive in Nairobi. But whatever you do, you got to have the ladies want to go out and take nice pictures at the new spot. So whatever, it's got to be Instagram ready. Whatever you do out there. What about Upper Hill? I still don't know a lot about Upper Hill. One bed going for 5.5. Where? 5.5 is a little low. Kai, tell us a little about yourself and your background. You in real estate like Ryan. I guess I'll let you.
Uh, you want me to answer that right now, or should I wait till you're done?
Actually, let's wait, but let's pin that question and we'll do that. C. Griffin, you emailed me. Did I not respond? It's San Remo. Real estate in Nairobi is like a bull that's about to crash. Too many empty units, and the Indian money laundering flood into the market isn't helping. I feel like okay. Why do you think that? What's your background? Like when people say this, I want to know who you are to say that. Like, is it just a conspiracy theory? Do you know about the market? Because I know some of the local Kenyans get upset, but are y'all in real estate? Because we really be doing this, and
Hmm.
I'm getting a good grasp of at least certain markets. So you're not going to bully me just because you're from here. You know what I mean? Uh, I've been in real estate 15 years. I might not have been in Kenya 15 years, but like I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to know because it could be oversaturated. There is a lot of building, but like I need some background to listen to that. Can you consider getting content with Dennis on how to purchase real estate that is not off plan? Dennis mostly does off plan stuff. I think we could talk about not off plan.
That's a good question.
Um, we do, yeah. I actually think part of that is going to be the attorneys. And I think I'm expanding with some other agents and want to ask, basically, I want to ask lawyers, attorneys, and accountants the same question and have multiple of them and be able to fill in the information. And that is a goal
And
for the
if
content.
I could add to that, Ryan, the reason why they're not really
Yeah.
kind of showing us not off plan is because the not off plan units are way more expensive. So
Hmm.
they're trying to get us with something that's kind of like cheaper for us to purchase. Um, but the not off plans, and then also these agents get some commission off of these developers. So it makes more sense for them to show you the off-plan stuff because they make a commission off of those. I don't know what the commission they will make. That'd be a good question to ask what they get with a not off-plan deal.
I think it's still a 3% situation,
Oh, even
but
okay.
okay, but then the issue is, and when you get more expensive, like okay, the further out you go, you can start getting houses for cheaper. That's why the Riru stuff was pretty cool because that was
Yeah.
reasonable. Because remember, guys, I'm thinking about this stuff in a cash situation. I'm not thinking about purchasing these properties with any kind of bank financing. Is it possible to do? I'm sure it's possible to do. So if I look in the U.S. and see 400,000, it's not a big deal. But if I see 400,000 in cash all at once, that's kind of expensive.
Hmm.
So I don't know the demand for that, especially for our people that are just getting acclimated to the country and such. Uh, I think that'd be a really big jump. But some of you guys are balling. I don't know. Maybe y'all got that kind of money just to do
And
stuff.
and you guys also got to remember, like when you purchase one of these off plans, the next time you go to it, this happened with Emerald. They increase in price. I mean, it's just like a new development anywhere else. They just go up and up and up. So now, if you decide to purchase a non-off plan deal, you're getting it at the top step of what it costs.
The prices don't make any. The resale
It
market
really
is
doesn't.
insane. Like I don't.
It really
I don't
doesn't.
even understand. I saw
No, it
like
really
a couple
doesn't.
year old apartment that is way worse than mine, selling for way more than mine. I was like, what do you guys do? Like it, but
Exactly.
but this is why it's hard to know what's going on because are they just listing it for fun? Like, does it ever sell? And then we can't see the transaction data. So I don't really know what the market looks like other than the off plan stuff that I am clearly seeing what's happening.
Hmm.
Another issue, Nairobi's infrastructure can't handle all these new buildings. Pipes and power lines are already maxed out. Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, I hear that too.
I don't know enough about it, but I mean, it floods when it rains a lot. I've seen that. So, I mean, credible concern. Kilimani, old residents even took it to court because they were struggling to get basic water supply. Yeah, because if you
Mm.
keep doing boreholes, you could exhaust all the water. Ryan, I will make sure everything in my Westlands apartment, Shangri-La, is 100% correct, even if it takes me 3 months.
Fight the
I,
good
I didn't
fight,
want to put your
Sid.
business out there because I was at Sid's property and I was like, as soon as I went into the sales office, I said, this is not going to be good.
Damn.
I was like, this is going to be a rough one, man. So we'll see. But I mean, they had some ridiculous stuff going on with that one. Like, why were there extra pipes next to the shower head? Like, the shower head was here, and there was a hole here with a water line coming out of it. And I was like, why?
Mm.
What? Like, did they just guess where the water line was and put? I have
Mm.
no idea. It was crazy. Um, Meanwhile, the Nairobi governor keeps handing out construction permits like candy, knowing dang well infrastructure can't handle it. I talked about that a lot on Lynn and Googie's show, and I wonder what Kenyans think about it when it comes out because I kept saying that the the management and zoning is really important to make sure that it doesn't get out of control and foreigners and all that. So it'll be interesting, but I don't want to spoil too much of the conversation. Plus, I kind of forget what I said. I was nervous. Because I'm just me, and I remember watching Lynn and Googie, and they're so big, and I was like, "Wow, I'm in the studio. This is crazy." Kai, you should probably go talk to them. Like, I think you'd have a good conversation with them. I might have to recommend you over there.
Okay, okay. I'll talk to them if they want me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I seen Austin Holloman was on the dang Associated Press the other day.
Oh yeah, I think I heard a question from Austin Holland. I met him. He's actually a really nice guy. Really nice guy. So he gets criticism, but he's a really good dude. It was nice to meet him and everything else like to have a little conversation with him. So I know he gets a lot of criticism, but he's a good dude.
I agree. Kung Fu Fanta, C. Griffin, the best videos you're looking for are from a Kenyan, Grand Acres by Goshen Acquisitions. Yes, I follow him. They're doing a project on Lake Elementaita. He shares a lot of really good information. I learned a lot from him. Highly recommend it. Lots of integrity from what I saw. Good reputation. Pandora is chef's kiss, but is the mall necessary? ABC place is right there. I think the mall is cool. Like if it looks and has the things in it that it should have,
Man, if you guys saw what they showed us, I mean, you could see a little bit on the video, but if it's like what they tell us it's going to be, it's going to be a really nice property. It's definitely going to be a huge addition, and it's going to bring a lot of business there. The only thing, Ryan, we looked at that the road. The road is like what a
yeah,
one. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do because they're gonna have a lot of traffic going through
within
that
Gary.
area. They're gonna have a lot of people going through that area. And they got like a 1 lane road.
And
I
there's
don't
a
know. They're gonna have
market.
to.
There's
Yeah.
a market on that little turning street onto Muthagari Road,
Mm,
and that is small.
yeah.
So I don't know. And they're building another development right next to it called Verona. So
On the same
that's
street.
interesting.
On the same street. Yep.
And that's almost considered Lavington, that area. Like
Okay.
if you go down the street, it's Lavington Estate. There's Go the neighborhood with Pandora, but I welcome it. There was nothing going on in that area. Yeah. No, they don't in that zone. Thank you. Come, yeah. C. Griffin, Goshen Properties. That's a good one to check out. I learned a lot from them. Epic Tales. That's a massive investment. They'd have to replace all the pipes with bigger ones and redo the roads. They don't have that kind of money. They're already struggling. Yeah, redoing stuff costs way more than doing it right the first time. So I don't know. Let me get through this. Kai, get ready. I want to ask you about the money request.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to talk about it, we'll see. The developer keeping the penthouse for themselves means Pandora is going to be perfect for living. That's what I thought. That was a good sign.
No, that was a huge sign. Yeah.
I like that. It's like, okay, they're invested. That's why I like where I bought, because the developer's sales office is in there. And so I didn't even know that they're doing like a water fountain in front of the gate. There's 3 different gates. The common areas are way nicer. I'm like, yo, okay. I didn't know that though, buying. Kai, you have to come see it, because like it's even a little
Are you,
bit better than how it was when you were there last time.
oh, you're talking about where you purchased?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I'll definitely see that.
Because I don't. So they're that developer's sales office is there. Like I was upstairs in their sales office,
Mm.
and it's a whole floor. Like it's a whole cubicles and everything. It's crazy.
Oh, is that right? Yeah, I definitely want to go see that.
Yeah.
Most
So
definitely.
I was like, oh look, I'll just keep complaining, and
Yeah.
everyone's right there.
Making a scene in the office.
Brandon Jackson, member, shout out to you. I'm enjoying all that I hear. Oh, thank you. If you guys want to come up and chat or ask questions, you can, especially members. Um, they don't have the money to do the infrastructure. I have no respect for Austin being a criminal in my country. Oh gosh, what did he do? Kung Fu Fanta, we've already talking about other people around. Sid, I think property sold out in Nairobi based on the locations, not the quality. Shangria sold out, but they don't have good quality. That's what I was wondering. These
It's
developers,
location.
even the bad ones are selling. So what does that mean?
You know what? This is the crazy thing about it. I'm beginning to see that if they just point to a location and say we're building here, no showroom, no
They
proof.
buy.
People just throwing money at it. It was like, where is that? Just point it at. Boom, they're throwing money over here, throwing money over there. I mean, it's like, good lord, you guys are not gonna do your due diligence. Do your due diligence, man. Don't get caught up in the hype, and it's easy to get caught up in the hype over here. But they're not
Yeah,
doing
if you're
showrooms. It seems like
new,
showrooms are not a thing, you know?
uh, showroom is a, yeah. I don't really want to buy without a showroom. And guys,
Me
I
neither.
wonder, I'm actually surprised that the Pandora video did so good, because my thesis was that I need to have something to show you guys. And I was like, this video's whack, because it's just the sales agent like
Talking about the
talking. And
sales, yeah.
I tried to put the images on the screen. I guess it was better than I thought it was, because the reaction was good, but I've kind of had a policy of not showing you guys the projects until there's a showroom, but I guess I'll have to change it. I'm
I
surprised
think
that
the
you guys
dynamic
like
is
it.
changing. I think that
Well, you have
people
to
are
buy
buying
it
sight
before.
yeah, people are buying sight unseen, which I think is crazy, but they are. I mean, they
I,
sold out on
I
their
wouldn't
two
buy from a
bedrooms.
developer. Yeah, I wouldn't buy from any developer that I haven't seen their past projects
Mm,
if
mm,
they don't have a showroom. Like I don't that
no.
should be a rule. No matter how much FOMO you have, no matter how amazing the renders look, do not buy it unless you are
Yes.
very confident from past projects.
Preach, preach. You know what? Actually, if they don't have a showroom, that should be tell you, okay, well, now I need to go see your past projects. And then those are your showrooms.
Yeah.
Go to at least two or three of them and see if there's some consistency, quality, all those different type of things. But don't trust them because they saying they're just, oh, we got a good reputation. No, go check it out. Go check their
Yeah,
resumes
yeah.
and see what it's all about.
It sounds crazy, but the companies with the good renderings are better.
Mm.
Because when I see them have like a rinky dink rendering or a bad picture, it's never as good.
So if the art's
No,
bad or
I'm not.
something like that.
Yeah. And it all goes together, like the sales office. Like, where is it? How are the people act? Are they trained? Do they know what's going on? Like, all this is an indication to me of quality. Because,
Mm.
like they say, how you do some things is how you do everything.
Good quote. Yeah.
So if you're
Yeah.
like cutting corners and being janky, the grout's going to be janky too. More than the grout, though.
The ground's gonna be shaky.
C. Griffin Ryan, you need a special email for your Kenyan services. Yeah, I'm building it as I'm going. I really never expected any of this to happen, to be honest. So I'm trying my best. And then I'm trying to employ some people from here, but they keep giving me crazy prices. They think like, see, that's where people mess up is they trying to overcharge me, and I'm just not going to deal with you because I would hire someone to
Yeah.
do some of this stuff, but they're like $10,000 a month. Like what? Dollars? Are you crazy? I'm I don't even have it. I'm not a local. I'm a French Tunisian and been visiting Nairobi since 2015. Been to Nairobi 13 times and was about to buy a condo in Westlands 2 years ago. Oh, okay. I appreciate you. Yeah, but see, if you bought that condo, it'd probably be 40% more. I'm no expert, but as someone who's been visiting Nairobi for years, I've seen how the market's been behaving lately. So what's your overall perspective on the market? I'm curious now.
Yeah.
See, I appreciate the background. And sorry to be skeptical, but like people
They be wilding out
on the
sometimes
internet
on the
just be,
chat.
yeah. Like, like Sid, like if you guys see Sid's he's bought in West and East Africa, so is Westlands too oversaturated for restaurants? We talked about this. It's not oversaturated, it's just competitive, I think. What do you
Yeah.
think, Kai? Do you think a restaurant
I think
business
I
still?
don't think it's the word of oversaturated, Levy. I think it's competitive. I mean, you got to have an Instagram looking type of restaurant, and the food has to be good. If you don't have those, you're not gonna get a lot of people. I think the best thing that somebody could do for a restaurant is hold events in it, to kind of get
Mm.
to gotta get people involved, and everything else like that. Have a DJ come up and say that we're having a party here, open up the restaurant, introduce people to. It has to be good food. They out here. If the food ain't right, they ain't going. So you have to kind of do that to kind of make yourself competitive in the Westlands, because the Westlands has some really good restaurants.
Yeah, I like that. Events, that's a good idea. Because people love to go out.
They do. They go out every day.
Kai is Kai Kai is not shy at all. I prefer Pandora Project, especially the quality. Well, they're gonna have the show house done next month apparently, so
Oh yeah,
got
I'm
to
looking
check it
forward to
out.
that, man. I'm looking forward to the show house.
Kai, what did you think about 88? Because I haven't been over there, but that area is Parklands.
I think it's Upper Hill. Isn't 88 Upper Hill? I don't know.
Is that Upper Hill? I don't know.
I
Guys,
was
I
trying to
don't
get
know
into it. I couldn't
88.
get into it.
Hmm. Some of these developers don't really like Hoskensalt. I've been trying to get into 1870. I'm trying to get into Enrogue.
Yeah, 1870 is beautiful. Well, it looks beautiful. I mean, but
Allegedly.
I don't understand the concept of that. I'm not trying to criticize these developers or anything else like that, but we have a passion for real estate, and the people want to know. So it make more sense for you guys to kind of open up a little bit and let us kind of see what you're doing. I think me and Ryan give kind of our honest opinions on things. If we really like it, I think you guys would like it. It's a good way to kind of show people all the different developments, but I don't know why they're so reluctant on that. Maybe they'll open up eventually. We'll see.
Yeah, their sales guy didn't answer. I'm sure if I press the issue, someone, but if I'm not welcome or whatever, then if they
I
want to
mean, we
do
could
that,
knock
I'm
on the
saying no
door. That's the way I kind of feel.
No,
Uh,
I might just go. But I'd like to do content about it. But if not, at least I will be able to see it, I guess.
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm still a little hazy on the laws here, and I don't want to get in a problem.
No problems. I want no smoke.
Yeah. Kung Fu fan. Oh, Ryan, I was on your panel about a month ago. Oh, you were the CIA guy, and you had the Liberians guy in Liberia. No, that guy was in Burkina Faso trying to tell us to sell gold, but he didn't want to
Yeah,
sell it. Ryan, I spoke with Ms. Kia Wakesho from Traverse Culture about you a bit. She may have subscribed to reach out to you, maybe a connection you could use in some way. Yeah, because she does she knows about the medical tourism and all that. I'm actually like if I'm gonna be here long term, I'd like to know like where should I go to the doctor? you know, so
That's a
I
good
know she
question.
has some services with that. Are consult still gatekeeping? Yeah, I mean, look, I didn't press the issue. I went on their website. I asked. One of their agents reached out. I told him what I do, shared the page. He said I had to talk to the marketing team, and then he never responded. I followed up. I said, "Hey, just wanted to follow up on this," and he never responded. So when people do that, I say, "Fuck them." And I'm sure they could sell it with, I'm not thinking that we're like gonna light the world on fire, but I mean,
Yeah, but
if that's
social
how you
media
do
is
things,
social
then
media, and if they're on social media, I mean, come on now, that can always help. It doesn't hurt. We're not like lighting a fire to their project, so
yeah. It's funny. So this was supposed to be a smoke show, and there's no smoke because all the haters. Where are y'all at? Anyway, are you offering consultations? So if you're in the inner circle membership, that's the $25. You get access to me to DM or ask anything, especially I'd recommend it if you're serious about buying or doing a transaction, especially good when I'm out here because I'll come check out your site. I'll do whatever. Um, and it comes with a consultation. It says 30 minutes, but I'm basically as long as you need. I'm passionate about helping everybody. If you don't want to do the YouTube membership, the Inner Circle membership, I do a consultation for $100. And then once you do that, if you get involved in a transaction, I could share my documents that I've in my purchases and what they look like, and basically share all the experience I have. Again, I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I can share with you everything that I know and have done or experienced up to this point. So the answer is yes. The developer from 88 has a lot of experience, including projects in Europe. 88 is a must. Okay, I wonder if they're gatekeeping because we'll see. I'll figure out how to reach out to them. Anyway, I wish you guys the best. Investing in Nairobi condos is a bold move, and I respect that. I personally decided not to go for it 2 years ago for reasons I mentioned above. Well, appreciate it. I wonder what project uh, you were looking at because what do you think it would sell for now? What do you think it was renting for? But I get it. I think the rent. I don't know. I think I wanted to do a video about why we're coming here because a lot of people keep asking, and I don't think we're here as investors. I think that that's the type of mindset that we have. And if there are investments to be have in a place that we love to be at, that that's what's driving us more than all the signs. This is the best place to invest in the whole world. What do you think about that, Kai? Did you hear?
yeah, I heard that last question. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm not saying that we're experts, but we do. I have some experience in real estate. I've invested. I have some properties in the U.S. and
Oh yeah, we
when
never
you come
talked
here,
about your background.
yeah. Well,
Hold
but
on,
when
wait,
you
wait,
come
wait. Let,
here,
let me frame it. Let me frame it real quick. Let me frame it real quick. Before you give your background, I was saying that I don't think we're coming here as just investors. I think the
mm,
investing is a byproduct of just being somewhere that we love to
right,
be. And
right,
we want to, just because that's kind of what we do, maybe, that we also see opportunity in a place that we like to be. And so we're not coming here because Nairobi is out of the whole world the best place to invest. I think
right.
we came to Nairobi, kind of fell in love with being here, and then
Yes,
look at the investment. So
right.
I don't know what your perspective is on
I
that.
think that that's the best way of doing it. I didn't come to Kenya to invest initially. I came to Kenya because I wanted to explore Africa, and this was the first place that I wanted to go to. And then once you kind of get into Nairobi and being investors, you start looking around and you're seeing all these buildings coming up, and that's always a good sign when buildings are like coming up around a city. And then as you get to know the areas, such as Westlands, Kilimani, all these different places, you start putting your kind of fillers out there, especially if you're thinking about living here. Why not? Why not ask a few questions? As you guys know, Airbnb, and I had a duplex in Atlanta. It's hard. It's very, very hard to do Airbnbs in America. Atlanta at that time put a rule out there that pretty much destroyed the Airbnb industry. So, if you're a person that likes to travel, such as me and you and the people that are watching, why not go to a place that you love, live in that place that you love, but when you're gone, make some money off of it as well? And this, I think that would just be a huge benefit for everybody.
Do you want to give people kind of your background?
Yeah, yeah. What can I say? What should I say? Um, I worked for the city of San Francisco in crime scene investigations. I was an investigator. I did that at a very young age. And while you do those things and see the things that you see, you start thinking about the future. I always kind of had a goal of when I got into this job that was paying me quite well and gave me good overtime and everything else like that. I wanted to invest in real estate, so I did a ton of overtime, did a lot of work in CSI, and started saving. I stayed at one of my good friend's house who was living in a low income area. I rented a room from him. I made the sacrifices, and fortunately enough for me, I managed to get one house that led to another house that led to another house. I think that I am a true believer in group economics because I spoke to some of my coworkers about what I was thinking about doing. They joined me in on buying properties. And I guess the rest is history after that. So it all worked out at that point.
So
Hopefully
you
that
started
explains
in
everything.
California. You started in
Yeah.
California with properties, which if you guys don't know, if you bought property in California 8, 10 years ago,
Yeah.
it's crazy right now, even
Yeah.
just one or two. And then you also branched off in Atlanta and did Airbnb.
Yeah, I try to do Atlanta. I bought a duplex out there. I was building it out. Unfortunately, I had like a family issue. My mother started getting sick and declining, so I sold it, and I went back home to take care of my mother. And that's exactly what I did. So, but I sold that for a good profit. Oh my God, guys, I'm telling you, if you guys know Atlanta, um, it was inside the perimeter. And of course, there's a lot of bad neighborhoods there. But I bought a place in the hood. I mean, gunshots going off and everything else like that. But I saw the potential in it. I mean, literally, it was gunshots going off every night. But I saw the potential in it, and I thought that it was going to work. But you know what? God told me you need to take care of your mom, and that's exactly what I did. I sold it and I took care of my mom. No regrets, no
Mm.
regrets. The money that I made from all these other things, all these other ventures that I've done, led me here to Kenya. So maybe if I would have bought that duplex and try to do simultaneous short-term rental or Airbnb situation, it would have been good. But it just didn't work out like that. But here I am in Kenya investing, met Ryan, and it's been a good time. It's been a good ride ever since.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know, we met out of here.
We did. We
Because
did.
people think I
At
know you from the
CJ's.
US.
Yeah, people think that we like
I,
like
I
like like
almost
we like
messed
we
it up.
Ryan, he went Hollywood on me, man. He, I asked him, hey, Ryan, can I chop it up with you, man? It's like, yeah, 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 for sure, for sure, right? I get to CJ's, like
Uh,
a half hour goes by. I was like, man, you coming? He's like, oh yeah, yeah, that's happening today. It's like, oh Lord. So he came, and then
uh,
we started talking. We started talking about the passion of real estate because I think we're both very passionate about this, and we both benefited from it in the U.S. So it really worked out for the both of us. And at that time, I was looking at properties. I was looking at new development. It's crazy, Ryan, because of how it worked. And I was like, "Hey, Ryan, come by. Let's go. Let's do it." He's like, "Can I videotape it?" So it was completely what we were doing, kind of like an organic type of situation. I don't think either one of us thought that like it would blow like how it's gone. You know what I'm saying? But I honestly, I'm very happy for you, Ryan. I'm glad that it is. I mean, you have a passion just like me. in this, and it was just really fun just to kind of explore these different places. Like I really enjoyed when we went back to Emerald, and we're in Emerald, and we meet somebody who's looking at Emerald and said, "We oh, I saw your guys' videos, and I saw your video and everything else like that." I thought that was really cool, and just like having a good conversation with them. I mean, it's just been nothing but positive energy, and I'm really enjoying the journey, to be quite honest with you.
Man, I love that. I was getting a little nostalgic. I appreciate you, which is crazy because we met out here. We met in what, January, February or something. So
Yeah, and it's been kind of like a
that's
roller
cool.
coaster ever since. It's been a roller coaster ever since. But one thing I told
And
Ryan when we are at CJ's, people, I said, you know what? I really believe in your vision. I thought that what Ryan's doing and educating the people who wanna leave America for whatever reasons, he's providing good information, and I really do hope you guys like and subscribe and donate. Because it helps them. I mean, there's times I'm like with Ryan, I'm like, hey Ryan, man, I'm about to go over here, but I'm editing it right now. It's like, okay, he's editing. He's doing it for the people. He's doing it for you guys. So I think it's really good that he's doing those things for you guys, and support him. He's doing a really good job.
I appreciate it.
No
I
problem,
do.
man.
Yeah, but I mean, that is which trying to share the information with the people, I guess.
There you
I
go.
wanted to
That's the
ask
most important thing.
you, but thank you, seriously.
No worries.
I wanted to ask you the timing on real estate right now, right? Because I think when we got involved in real estate was a special time. And I think we've kind of talked about it offline where I don't know if you could do the same thing today, which is part of the reason how we're here, because the market in the US isn't
It's
as
tough.
attractive as it was. And also, in hindsight, I feel a bit lucky, to be honest. Like the
No, I
COVID
think yeah.
market and like I watch my net worth go crazy. I watch the
hmm
rents go up, and it's like because now people want to buy, and I'm like, I don't know, man.
No, not with the interest rate. And I don't want to talk people out. If you have a dream of owning a house, you're going to make that dream happen. Wherever there's a will, there's a way. But I strongly suggest it's hard. For what we're paying for an entire house here could be a down payment in the states.
Hmm.
And now you're talking about interest rates and everything else like that.
And that's
People,
a
I
30
think
year
this is,
mortgage.
and it's a 30-year mortgage. Yeah, it's a
That's a
30-year
30-year
mortgage.
liability.
It's a 30-year liability. You don't know what's going to happen and everything else like that. You're dealing with this mortgage at all these time, property taxes, all those different things. I just think that we're just kind of showing the people that there's other opportunities. I mean, I travel the world, guys. I traveled to London, I went to Spain, I've done all these other things, and you go into these Airbnbs, Brazil, you go in these Airbnbs, man, who owns this beautiful place? It's somebody from Sweden in
Mhm.
Brazil. It's somebody from London. It's always a foreigner that owns this place. Well, why can't we own? Why not us? That's the way I kind of feel. And that's why I'm kind of passionate about helping Ryan kind of promote his channel and everything else like that, because I just think that we can do it. I did it. I did it with group economics. I mean, I told my dream. I had a specific dream. I told that to my coworkers, and then bam, it started happening. And then, as you know, Ryan, once you kind of get into the game, it's like a snowball effect. You make a lot of income, it starts building up here and here, and then you move to something bigger, 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 and all these different type of things happen. So I think it's just a great opportunity. And I'm sorry, but I feel that getting into the market in America, especially if you're in your early 20s or something like that, is a little bit hard. It's hard. It's very hard. You got student debt, you got all this, you know. I think that focusing and maybe kind of stepping outside of America, maybe not even Kenya, but stepping outside, you might be able to get better opportunities that can give you the ROI that might be even better than buying a house in America, you know?
Which it sounds crazy, but I think that's the move. And I think a lot of people are realizing it. So I don't have much to add because that was right on point.
I think
I
what you
feel the
said,
same
Ryan, is
way.
true. I don't go into too much detail about what I did or anything else like that, but we took advantage of certain epic economic dips in America, and we gained a good profit on that. I don't know if those economic dips will always be there, but there's a lot of opportunities around the world. I want people to start thinking like that. There's opportunities all around this planet. There's great locations all around this planet that you might be able to afford and get into that could probably pay you 10 times more than what you might get in America. And this is no downplay to America, but the market is tough in America. It really honestly is.
And I don't see it changing
No, I don't see it changing.
anytime
I really
soon.
don't.
Uh, oh, Epic Tail says, I like when Kai is a co-host. I love his vibe. So I wanted to tell you, Kai, there's 83 to 90 people in here, which is a lot more than usual. And I think it's because
Oh no, we
you
can't say
just
that. It's
bring
just
a good,
it's your Sunday
it's because of
sermon. It's a
you.
Sunday sermon for Ryan.
No,
Ryan
it's
Fagan,
because of
people.
you.
It's a Sunday sermon.
No, 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 no. Kai, when you're in the videos or even now, you add a ton of value. So I just
Well, I
appreciate you.
appreciate that, Ryan. I do. I appreciate that. I respect that. But I believe in this
It's
brother,
so
people.
crazy.
I believe in this brother.
But
Stop
we
hating on him.
only
He
we
was looking for the smoke. He got nothing but positivity here. You know what I'm saying?
we've only known each other like 7 months. That's the crazy thing. And we've talked about it, but like, isn't it crazy how you just connect with some
No.
people?
No, sometimes
I
you
don't
can,
get it.
and this is something a little bit off topic, but it's funny. Like, remember how we talked about this? Like, if me and you cross paths in America, we ain't gonna say nothing. We ain't saying nothing to nobody, bro. It might be a head nod. It might be a head nod, depending on the neighborhood.
That's
But
it.
you're not. But I think like when you are here, people, and you guys have probably been to Africa and everything else like that. But I'm just telling you guys my experience. It's something different, and it's something like that me and Ryan talk about, but we can't describe. It's like you
Hmm.
just feel open, you feel at peace, you feel happy.
Hmm.
And this is not disrespecting America or anything else like that. All I'm just trying to say is that it's just a different energy that you're on over here. We're having a good time. We're looking at these properties. We're looking at, Ron going crazy off that grout. Oh man, that grout is terrible. But we having a good time talking about this to you guys. And I think it's really fun because you guys are making it fun for us because you guys ask questions. You guys want us to
Yeah.
go here, here, here. So we're going to all those different places, which I really do enjoy.
Yeah, I'm always seeking purpose, man. Like, it feels good. And again, you guys make that happen. That's why we have the membership and all that stuff, because
Hmm.
it shows that there's some purpose. Like, I think that we're actually helping someone. And, I know the consultation and some of the money stuff, but like, it feels really good to help people and show you guys another option, especially based off of what we're saying about the US, about the unaffordability and some of the challenges there. This is a whole new opportunity that really most people won't even look at. I was going to
No.
ask you, you've been doing the group economics. Have you convinced anybody to do any stuff here, or are they still like, that's
I
crazy?
don't think so. And this is my personal opinion, everybody. I talk to my friends. My friends are doing very well in their lives and everything else like that. But there seems to be some type of fear about Africa. And then, of course, they have the protests. I don't want to go and talk into the politics of it, but that image towards the world makes people think like, oh no, I'm not going to get involved in this. You might get scammed. You might have to do all these things, but that's life, right, guys? I mean, we got to take these risks. I'm not. We're taking calculated risk. I don't take a risk based off of emotion. I take calculated risk. We do our research. You talk to Ryan. You ask him a bunch of questions on the Sunday sermon and everything else like that. We do the videos to try to educate all this type of stuff. These things are that's what we need to start doing.
That's the point of the videos, is if you come here, at least you'll kind of know what's going on. And
Right.
I see the Austin Holloman hate, but when I got here from watching his videos, I kind of knew something. So it's the same thing kind of with the real estate. At least you're like, oh, they have the salesperson. This is how they talk. This is what they show you. Oh, here's what a presentation looks like. And and so like that goes a long way when you first get here. So that's kind of
Yeah.
the point of some of this stuff.
And I'd like to thank you
Not
guys too
to,
that are
yeah.
watching as well. I'd like to thank you guys because you guys ask good questions You guys
Hmm.
make suggestions about like places that we can go to. And that's really fun for me and Ryan. Well, let me just
Hmm.
talk about me. It's fun for me. You see how
Yeah,
many questions I ask. I ask those farmers a ton of questions. They're like, man, the forest is getting dry. I mean, the field is getting dry. We gotta go water these plants, you know. But it's fun, man. It's really fun. And I thank you guys for, providing the information and being excited about, what we're doing over here.
for sure, for sure. All right, let's get back into the comments. Levy
I'm
Reed
gonna
is
find my
still on this
sandwich.
restaurant thing. Are there any large scale restaurant franchises in Nairobi? I live in Chicago. Population in Chicago is under 3 million, but there are over 200 McDonald's. It's still all over the place. So Kai is eating CJ's, which is a chain that's in many places and is good. There's also Java
It's good.
House. There's Art Cafe. Yep, and there's Art Cafe. And there's quite a few locations. Then there's some fast food places. There's still KFC. There's Papa John's. There's Galatios. There's um, there's like a chicken
Art
spot. I don't know
Cafe,
what it's called.
Art
Yeah.
Cafe,
And,
Java House.
mhm. So they exist. Like, so if you've never been here, you think like this idea, oh, I know stuff about restaurants and I'm going to come show them in Kenya how to do a good restaurant, you're kind of in for a rude awakening because they do pretty
I
well.
agree.
Um, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it. I think someone in the comments before said barbecue,
Yeah,
American style barbecue would be good. I think that would be good actually.
and maybe even American
88.
style breakfast. Their breakfasts are
Oh
okay,
yeah,
but if I mean,
yeah.
their pancakes are pretty thick. It's like kind of like eating a
The
brick.
eggs and pancakes are thick as heck.
Boy, you
Like an
could throw that like
omelet,
a
the egg
frisbee and
is
knock
like,
someone out. The pancakes are like this thick, man. I'm
uh-huh.
telling you, they ain't American style. Ain't Denny's.
Try Smirnoff Black Ice canned beer, less sugar and tastier. I was drinking
Mm.
Desperado, but yeah, the Tusker cider's a lot of sugar. I like Mayata. Mayata is a little bit better, but yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
feel you
Miana's
on
pretty
that.
good.
Their sh- their showroom entire floor is on the 24th. Oh, they have the showroom in 88. We should do that. Yes,
Okay.
he was in Burkina Faso, but he used to hang out in Liberia. Oh, 88 is in Upper Hill.
Yeah,
What
88
about
is an upper hill.
developments
Okay.
in other towns? Nairobi outskirts, Nakuru, I feel like maybe the next after Nairobi is all scooped up. So we're trying to spread out. When I get, that's kind of why I want to get the car because some like a lot of agents only cover certain areas. So it's kind of weird if I meet a person and they'll say they take us around and now we're driving with a stranger taking us through real estate. I kind of want to be able to drive us out there or do whatever so we have a little bit more control over what's going on. So yeah, but we're going to check out the outskirts. Wait, Kai, can you say when you're leaving?
I really don't want to, but let's say
Oh, okay,
September.
never mind. Because we have there's someone that graciously offered us a place to stay in Watamu.
Oh wow,
So I
that'd be
was like,
nice.
okay, maybe we should do something out there. So before you
Yeah,
leave, or maybe next
oh,
trip, I don't
absolutely.
know. Um, this is where I need to learn from Rello because Rello raised like 2,500 to come out to Nairobi.
Man,
I
pay
would
this
like
man,
to raise some
guys.
money because, guys, I really don't want to go to the coast to be honest. Like I'm having a great time. I don't feel like packing. I don't want to go through the airports. It's 7 security
He
checks. Will they
homeless right now,
go?
people. He's still living in his
I
Airbnb.
don't.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't feel like it. But I want to do it for the content, and I want to, and I'm curious about the coast real estate, but I
It's a
don't,
journey,
and I got to
peoples.
pay money to do the content. I don't want to.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do a fundraiser for it. I have no idea. Eh, Honestly, at some point we'll do the coast. I don't
No,
know
we'll
when it's
do it
going to
because I
happen
want
though.
to. I want to go see the coast. I want to see what it's all about. Uh, see what they have to offer.
Oh, you've
it'll be
never
quite interesting.
been.
I've never been. I went
That's
to
right.
Zanzibar. Zanzibar is nice, everybody. Zanzibar is very nice, but I haven't been
Yeah, I
to the
need to go
coast.
there.
Yeah, I'll tell you where to go
I need to
too.
get the. Yeah, so I'll probably do Zanzibar. Well, Cape Town or Zanzibar or Uganda or Ethiopia is on the list when I
Oh
come
yeah, I would
back
love to do
in
Ethiopia.
January. Yeah, I feel like it might be good to do it with people because I know Ethiopia is a little bit
Yeah, I'll roll
different to
with you, man.
navigate.
No, I'll roll with
Yeah,
you,
maybe we'll
most
do
definitely.
that. Okay. Um, oh, Freedom said, I told you I'm in a group chat with some of these hater types. It's Marie. Yeah, but Hoskitsal is one of the pioneer real estate companies in Kenya. Said that no, I don't know if their service is bad. They just might not want to deal with me, and they do their own thing and sell. They're a premier company, and they have like maybe they just do their own thing. I get it, but I wish that they wanted to work with us. Perfect info on consulting. I plan to go up my membership status. Yeah, guys, like if you're in that inner circle membership, basically whatever you need, I'll pretty much do.
It's
Check
good
out
information,
88. Yeah,
guys.
we got
It's
to
really
check
good
it out.
information.
And God, look, I'd like to not say I'm an expert. I can only share my experiences with you, But for off plan, I think it's enough, and it'll definitely help. United Nations is moving their headquarters from New York to Nairobi,
Yes, it
2026.
is.
So I'm sure those
Yeah.
apartments are killing money. Yeah, yeah, I think that's a good sign. The other guy, dang, what's his name? The guy from Tunisia, the French Tunisian guy, was saying that he's worried about political instability. We talk about that a lot. That is probably a concern. That's legitimate, but if it doesn't happen, I think we're good. We have a young private security sector, perhaps something the gentleman can look into. Go check out the Wandering Investor. Yeah, I see him.
Oh yeah, I saw the Wandering
Yeah,
Investor.
yeah, it's cool. Most of the haters live in the West. They failed to achieve what they went in the West, and they're jealous of others' achievements. Them hater people. Look, actually, one of them is commenting on videos now, but he's not in here. And I wanted to talk to
God,
them.
Ryan's hunting for these haters, boy. Ryan's hunting for the
I'm
haters.
all I'm all for having a conversation. Like I want to hear where they're coming from. I want to understand. I don't. You know what it is? I don't understand it. Why are they mad?
Well, it's exactly what Sid said. Sometimes,
They're just angry.
man, I don't want to. Jealousy can lead to certain things. Let me just say it that way.
I guess. Yeah, they're just resentful. I don't know. Their life didn't work out for them or something, but love what you're doing with these Nicholas Daniels. Love what you're doing with these videos. It's so much more than a property channel. I'm not even interested in property. Hey, that's cool. Yeah, as the content, I'm always wondering because I'm like property tours can get boring. So I want to make sure we're like covering other things, but we got to be
Yeah,
interested in it. And the other difficulty is, guys, like not everyone likes to be on camera, especially like
yeah,
these professionals. So it's
yeah.
a little challenging. Levy Reed, Austin Holloman is hosting a business tour in late December. He's bringing Dr. Umar as a speaker. Umar has collected over $2 million for his school for 10 years. So that's not Austin's thing. He's just an ambassador for it. That's Traverse Culture's thing. The Dr. Umar thing, yeah. But they have a Professor Lumumba, who's from Kenya, who I like, coming. But yeah, I mean, again, you guys hating on Austin. He's a young guy. They probably asked him to do it. He wants to help out. What's wrong? Oh my God, y'all hating on the guy. I'm not here for the Austin hate. Uh, yeah, the smoke
Smoke
show.
show.
Ryan and Kai definitely look like Nairobi guys, not Joe Berg guys. That's all. What? We do love Ryan, such a humble guy. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, he's a humble
I'm
guy.
not humble in my mind,
Oh,
though. Oh, you got company? He gonna
yeah, I
have to
gotta go,
hop on?
guys. I'll talk to you guys later. All right, like and subscribe, okay, guys. All right, now see you.
Thanks,
All right,
Kai.
guys.
Oh, shoot. We lost Kai, guys. We lost him. That's the epitome of how we do things here, like, because I might have to go at some point. But invest, business, sophistication, but we also have a good time. Maybe he should talk about something related. Oh my gosh. I got you, Sid. I actually, it's kind of weird to say it here, but that's what I would. One thing I realized about YouTube, modern YouTube, is that there's no substitute for experience, right? So people want to make a YouTube channel when they're like 16 years old, but like you don't have any skills to contribute. And I'm not saying this about him per se. Just as far as a strategy, like getting a skill and then sharing that skill or that perspective as expertise. Like we see all these Navy SEALs and special force people doing podcasts. Only a select few people can do that type of content. And so that's why I try to stay in my lane here with the real estate business, a little lifestyle, but I don't want to do too much because I think other people do it better. Um, just I don't know if you guys are thinking about doing content on YouTube. That's kind of my perspective on it. Is actually don't focus on the content. If you're a young person, focus on a skill, get good at it, and then share that information with people. I see a lot of attorneys now going online and doing content. And so if you're a licensed attorney or a lawyer, when you share your perspective, it comes with a different weight. So that's kind of my recommendation for people, I guess, or thoughts that I've been having. Freedom, that's true, but the Rello guy looks like Joe Burrow. Is starting a restaurant business in Kibera a good idea? I have no idea. I think it'd be cool to bring some cool stuff to Kibera, but I don't know the business side of it. Shay Star, what's going on? Salute. Is Kai retired? You got to ask him. I don't know. Speaking of quality finishes, 88 got it all. Attention to detail in this project is mind-blowing, right in the ground finishing issues. Well, I would love to see that because the only place, Blossoms Ivy, was pretty good on finishing, and Emerald Springs has been good. C. Griffin, what's going on? Sunday sermon, Ryan and Kai. Are you scared that one day the honeymoon phase? Oh man, yes. Every time I come here, actually, I get nervous about it, especially because I'm buying a vehicle, I'm investing. I could be at home developing my US based business, although I work on it remotely. I've changed my whole life to spend more time out here, and I get deathly afraid that the honeymoon phase will end. But from talking to people, and also that's why I try to come for so long. And I don't go out all the time. I don't do anything some days, and I still love being here, and that's an important thing. So it's actually something I'm very afraid of, but I don't think it will fade, but we'll see. Also, I have the privilege of going back and forth because I think there's things about the US that are good. And so I've always dreamed about being able to be kind of mobile in life. And so I think being able to change your environment from time to time is the best of both worlds. But I've never really had a bad thing happen to me here. Maybe it'll change my mind. I do get worried about that, but I don't think so. As a person that was born in Westlands and owned properties there, the purchase timing has always been right. The ROI has been very good. Yeah, I mean, New York City is the comp for me. I heard Austin talking about people should not invest in properties but coffee or alcohol. I think he should focus on how. Oh my God, Sid. What I see, I hear like I don't care. I don't like that's their perspective, and I don't disagree that there's other business opportunities out here that's aside from real estate. See, when I always listen. Uh, I'm a kind of person to try to find the positive in things. And trust me, I have skepticism and all that kind of stuff. but I choose the light side of whatever someone's saying to me. Vipingo has good houses in Kalifi. Okay. I've never heard that. I'll check it out though. You didn't get to ask. Oh, I didn't get to. I didn't know he was gonna go. I see, Griffin. I remembered that as soon as he left. I said, "Oh, I forgot," and you remembered. That was a quick departure. That doorbell rang. Protests play an important role in protecting us from the introduction of unpopular taxes. And oh yeah, yeah. I don't want to talk about politics too much, but I actually think it's been quite healthy from an outside perspective as far as like democracy and people responding. Oh, Sid's coming on. Um, they got rid of the finance bill of 2024. So, unlike many other countries where they're very afraid to protest and actually don't protest because of fear, although you still have to be very brave to protest here, I think it's a good sign that the system is somewhat working. Sid, what's
Hey
going on,
man.
man?
Hey, how you doing, man?
How are you? I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. I can't
Austin
wait.
done pissed you off.
No, I mean not really. It's just good for people to focus on what you know. You know what I mean? I know you want to get content, but that what will sustain you for long term, you should focus on that, right? For you right now, you probably can spend another 40 to 50 years talking about real estate market because you know about the business. And also
Hmm.
it's the same wherever you go, right? Even though I invest in real estate market, but I'm not a real estate guy, I'm a finance guy, right? I have
Hmm.
property in West Africa, but I have people that specialize in that to look at the value of the property and tell me what to invest in, right?
Right.
Uh, in Nairobi, the apartment that I purchased, you know, thank God, thank you very much when you visited. But I won't tell someone like Austin to go and look at my property because he has no idea what
Yeah.
in terms of property, right? So you should focus on the area that you really you have a specialty in, that would make sense. That can sustain for a long term, right? But when he start talking
Yeah.
about businesses that he never set up a business before in his life, and don't get me wrong, he's a determined young guy. But he should focus on area that he knows about, you know. Yeah, that would be good for him.
When I was
Yeah.
27, I would have. I thought I knew a lot of stuff too. You
Right.
know. So it's.
But now to think on the international level, to the level of going to a different country and set it up. If I
Yeah,
were
I
to
get
say,
it.
okay, I know about real estate market because I've invested in in something like in West Africa in 3 or 4 different countries. And
Right.
then not to get in touch with you about all the mistakes that you showed me in my Westland project, I won't it won't be no way for me to know them, right? So
Yeah.
by getting in touch with you, subscribing to your channel, listening to you, and I knew very well what you were talking about, and now I'm kind of benefiting from it, right? So
Well, I
yeah,
appreciate that.
otherwise that could be a big mistake for me to, not, engage with you. And when I say anybody can have can put a girl in Nairobi, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's easy that way. But it's not something that you want to focus your channel. You want to focus on something that you really know about, that you can bring
Yeah, I
value on the
agree.
table. The black people, we are lagged. Investment comes first to know how to make money, and other rest follow, socializing follow, right? You got to know how to sustain yourself in Africa, which is very
I do
expensive,
get worried about
you
that
know.
because a lot of people are trying to come here and they don't have
Hmm.
a stable source of income. I don't know how that's
Right,
going to work when they try to immigrate.
exactly.
You
And
know,
it's
they're
happening.
doing it off of a romantic thing, and I'm like, guys, like, You got to have a plan.
Right. And it's happening in Ghana right now. Like a lot of people are returning to the US
Hmm.
because they could not sustain a lifestyle over there. But they romanticize the whole Ghanaian movement that, oh, we should go to Ghana. But you don't even have passive income. You don't even have income that can sustain you over there. You can't go to Africa to say
Yeah.
you're going to find a job, right? You have to curate something that can able to sustain you over there, right?
Yeah.
Even though no matter how things are cheaper, but you have to pay for it. You have to come up with
Right.
money to pay for all these things, you know.
And
And
if you want to live a lifestyle like that's familiar to you, it's not that cheap
it's not,
still.
it's not cheap
Like
at
you're not
all.
going to go live somewhere that, is way cheap because then you're not going to have, you might not have running water or something.
Exactly. And Kia was saying that he spent $40 a day on an apartment. How many people that live in a state can even afford that, right? If you don't have
Yeah,
income in Nairobi, right? So,
exactly.
so my target is to get a remote job, fighting as much as I can to get a remote finance job that wherever I travel, I can able to, even though I'm getting income from my passive investment in West Africa, but I'm still getting income from my regular job, and US is the best place for that. I will always
Hold on,
appreciate
let me.
America. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I don't like being too negative on the U.S. because the opportunity is there, for
Yeah.
people. Let me address Discount Hub real quick.
Yeah.
Uh, he said 2027, the key is if Ruto will accept the election results or not. I'm tired of listening to Black Americans and either other Africans like this Liberian. Discount Hub, you clicked on the video. And also, I was hoping you'd come on because you need to come on the live or I'm going to ban you. Because why come on here and be hating, but you're mad about it? So I need to hear what your problem is, or I'm going to ban you. He said this Liberian needs to shut up. Kenya is not Liberia. Who said anything about that? What is this guy's problem?
Oh, well, I
Uh,
mean, yeah.
what's going on, Mark West? Great show. Guest, have you heard anything about Bahari Homes in Kilimani or Bahari Starland Kilileshwa? I don't know those ones. Oh, look, the other hater, Plano, Berlin conference discussing properties of Nairobi, even other Africans shamelessly talking with this mentality. Our land, our blood is not for sale. What's up with these guys? You guys got to come on the live or I'm banning you because all you guys do is complain. But go ahead, Sid. Did you
Well,
have other
well,
thoughts?
yeah. I mean, I just want to address the haters a little bit. They have British people that carry Kenyan passport. They have huge amount of land. Why you don't complain about that? And also they have
Hmm.
Indian people that have neighborhood in Kenya. There's no black people allowed in those neighborhoods. Why you gonna talk about that? So you should appreciate we the black people that go and invest in your country. But it's just a sort of self hatred. But yeah, Ryan, do
Yeah,
your thing. You know, yeah,
thank you. I
yeah.
appreciate it. Yeah, if you need some, let me know. I'm
Y-
around.
y- y-
Hopefully, when you get here, we'll be able to do lunch or something.
Oh yeah, definitely have to meet you. I'll be there on the 21st. I definitely have to meet you. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
a
be here
big
for like 2 more weeks.
week before that. Yeah, asset man. Keep on, man. Make
Thank you.
progress. All right, man.
And,
Take
and
care,
I,
man.
I have a lot of respect for what you're doing, man. So I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, yeah. You are a role model, man, for everybody that are going to Nairobi
Thank
right
you.
now, especially the one that
Wow.
want to invest. Uh, Thank you.
Wow. That's big.
All
Wow,
right.
that's a lot.
Oh yeah,
I
man.
do take it seriously. I do my best. I hope I don't make too many mistakes or mislead people. I do get worried about it.
Right. I mean, you see everything. You're not sugarcoating anything. You see how you see it, and based on your knowledge, I think the way you evaluated my property was really good, and I think I have learned a lot from you based on that. But thank you.
Thank you.
All right, man. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Yep, have a good one.
you too. Bye.
Sid is dope. I always appreciate when he comes on because he has a lot to contribute. So, wait a minute. Hold on, I'll bring it down.
Please, yeah.
Here, I'll take you down. All right, cool. Oh, that's funny. Um, Ryan, do you have family or wife that you're bringing here? I never hear about their personal. It's going to be a members only. I'm single. Actually, a big priority of being here is to meet somebody and build a family out here. So I don't talk about it too much. I talk about it a little bit on Lynn and Googie at the end of the interview. So I'll be on the LNN network. I think on Friday it's coming out. So check that out. But yeah, that's members only. I don't try to get too personal, but I'm a single guy. Let me check my messages. Wow, sir, there's not neighborhood that discriminate against black people. What misinformation? Carrion is still very much white only, but I don't think they discriminate. But yeah, other Africans need to respect us. We have housed I think they do. Like, I don't know why you're so mad though. You can ban me, Ryan. I don't care. I'm trying to inform your Black Americans about the political realities of Kenya. My life doesn't depend on your YouTube channel, even though every time you post something, I come on and comment and comment and comment and argue. But when I invite you on here to educate us, are you going to inform us? Come on the live and inform us. Tell me what I got wrong, what I don't know as Black Americans and Liberians and all these other people. What don't we know? If you're not just a troll, come up and educate us. I'll give you the floor to tell us whatever you need to tell us, and we'll have a conversation. Why don't we do that? I'll give you a little bit of time. I'll drop the link again. This live was meant for you because as much as you troll, I really want to know, like, are you just trolling or do you have something that we can learn from? Because the way that you're talking doesn't do anything. I bet you Plato and Discount Hub are the same people. Don't believe the hype. Discount Hub is in America and owns a home there, but we aren't allowed to own a home in his country. That's what I don't get. Y'all leave Kenya and then get mad and want to talk about the land politics. And y'all in the US, I'm not complaining that you buy property there. Do whatever you want to do. Are you still in the Airbnb? Yes. I'm in a different Airbnb because it's been taking so long to get everything done. I'm hoping by next live, I'll be at the place that I purchased. He told us about all that 2 weeks ago. He loves Plano. Mark West, what's going on? Discount Hub, step up in the live. It would be interesting. I want to hear it. Like, I want to hear from these people that say we don't know anything about Kenyan politics. We don't know about tribalism. We don't know anything about anything. We're dumb. We don't know. We don't do any research. We don't have any idea about anything. I would love for you to come and tell us. But why are you so afraid? This is the thing. You're bold on the typing. But I'm inviting you to have a conversation with me, and I will allow you to say whatever you need to say. You're talking all this trash about Liberians now. There are black, white, Indian, Kenyans. We're all Kenyan. If you don't understand Kenyan, don't talk about our social makeup. Kim JK. Kim, you got to turn your camera on and get all your stuff set up. I always thought TGI Fridays would make a good franchise in Nairobi, but it seems that the parent company, no, it will not. It will not, because the The stuff here locally is better than Fridays. Like they have no shot. Karen is not white only. People can't be serious. Yeah, it's not white only. There are a lot of whites there, but it's not like I don't think anyone bothers you if you're not white there. Discount Hub, you're not trying to because we're inviting you up and you're being cowardly. Come on up. I'm going to keep dropping the link. The whole world, everybody in this chat wants to hear what you have to say, so don't be afraid. Ronnie, what's going on? M&H, you got to turn your camera on. Oh, you're a member. You can come up. Never mind. You don't have to. M&H, what's going on?
Hey Ryan, how are
We
you?
don't hear you yet.
I think you went out
I
and came
told
back.
you I'm in the group chat with guys like Discount Hub and Plano. They hate foreigners buying property in Kenya, pricing them out. They're trying to leave the States and come back home. Oh, is that what it is? Yeah, they couldn't make it in the US. You don't know that Kenya has the worst president ever currently. How do you know what we know or don't know? We just don't openly discuss politics about Kenya as guests here. Wouldn't that make sense? They don't want to understand the politics. Discount Hub, why are you so afraid? M&H, all I hear is air. Freedom, they don't
Can you
understand
hear me?
that if they... Oh, yeah, I hear you. Hi.
Oh, sorry. Good evening,
Caribou.
everybody.
Hi.
Hey.
What's up?
I have a feeling that some of these guys have American accents. And they're probably one of those Kenyans that were born and bred abroad, and they're just trolling. They're literally just trolling. Because most Kenyans that you come across when I've been in Kenya, they don't have this attitude. And they don't have this kind of venom for Black America. Why would you? There's such a there's not enough Black Americans. Your average Kenyan will never meet a Black American.
Right?
It's
That's
just
what
that
I'm
they're more.
saying.
Yeah, they're more. It's just that Black Americans are more. They're on social media, so you might come across them on their social media because they usually get quite big followings when they're in Kenya. So a lot of them are on social media. But Black Americans don't affect the average, like the life of an average Kenyan. I just think they're just trolling. I don't actually believe that they're Kenyans.
Because
They need to prove it to me, Ryan. They need to prove it to us. Come on the mic and prove that you're Kenyan.
that's what I'm saying. But they're not coming. I don't get it. But I don't know if it's one person or multiple people. I want to leave the door open for people to like if they have a disagreement or like there are things that I'm not aware of, right? So if there is, like I want to know what it is, but they won't come and say anything.
But I feel like your show is catered around. It's not about Kenyan politics or the land rights
Right.
in Kenya. Yours is more about foreigners that want to relocate. I'm interested. The reason why I followed your page and I'm always like I subscribe is because I'm interested into seeing your journey. Like as an American coming in, moving to Kenya, I want to see how you buy properties. I want to see the agents that you work with. I want to see you with different development. I want to see like the different Chinese developers. I was interested when you went to Blossom the other. We didn't agree on the decor. You seem to like it. I did, but that's interesting to me. Like I love it. Like
Yeah.
I love different areas of Kenya. This is why we subscribe. These trolls. I don't know why they subscribe. Like, what is the point of subscribing to you if they get no benefit?
Yeah, I don't get it. That's why I want to talk to them so bad. I don't understand it.
That's why I believe they're trolling, because it can't be anything else. You can't be so angry that you're just like you're on here every live.
They
Like
love
every
it. They love
Sunday,
the
I'm
hate.
tuned in for a reason. I want to see the updates. Like, have you moved into the property? What's going on with the
Right.
vow? Like, these are the kind of show me the flooring. Like, what have you put up? I want to see like the interior designer. Did she get everything together? I'm interested in what's happening with you, but genuinely, you can't tell me that this is what they come on for. Xenophobia.
I don't
Literally,
know. Yeah.
the hate
Yeah.
can't be that strong. Yeah,
Also, I
I agree with you.
appreciate
Yeah.
like hearing what you're looking for because I never know. I'm just figuring it out. So that's cool. I
No,
appreciate the
we
feedback.
really if nobody tells you, I really enjoy your channel, and I
Oh,
feel like
thank
you've
you,
given us a lot of knowledge. You've given us a lot of like just be like the one that you did with what's your friend's name that we like?
Kai. Hmm.
Kai, yeah,
Kai.
where he just showed us around his spot. That was nice. Like just genuinely, okay, this is where the water is. This is how the gas that's different over there because that's something that we don't come across in the West. So that was interesting to look at. Just a nice. It was like a little bit upmarket, so that Skynest place is quite nice. So what you can get
Hmm.
for a reasonable price, the gym, like all of those sorts of things, and just live a normal life. That's interesting to us. Like getting keys to a property, your second one, and you've only been there a few months. Like, this is what we've come to, that's what we want to see.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah. So what's like, I think property tours will get boring. So like, what are other things that are probably good to show what's going on? Obviously, I always show like whatever I'm actually doing, but like venturing out or like doing other types of things, what would be interesting?
I don't think that could ever get boring because there's so many
Really?
because there's so many new developments in Kenya. Like constantly there's something new. I think some people that might not be into business might not appreciate some of the bigger land plots and stuff like that. But I think
Mm.
like seeing the different developers, I would love if you could interview some of these Chinese developers. Like if you can get a one-on-one. Like the
Mm.
guy from Emerald, he speaks English. I've seen him on YouTube being interviewed. Some of the more obscure ones
Mm.
that are not on social media, those ones would be interesting to have a conversation with when they're thinking about buying like land in Kenya. What kind of like layouts do they think about? Do they think about the Kenyan market? Do they think about foreigners
Mm.
buying it? Like those are interesting things that we would like to know. Like who do they consult? Do they have Kenyan architects or do they have Chinese architects? Because a
Mm.
lot of that Blossom Ivory stuff that I didn't like was that was Chinese interior. Like I see that a lot there's a lot of that in China.
Ah.
Yeah, that's their type. They like
Was
that
it the
look.
flooring, like the wood, that parquet wood
I hate
floor?
that grey floor that they have in Kenya. Like all the Chinese love it. Like that grey floor. Also,
Uh,
it was packed full of stuff that was not necessary. I really like the laundry area in the back, the one that was kind of hidden. But it was just like the
mhm.
flooring wasn't the best, like the color. Like there's some things that if they paid an interior designer, like the Indians do. So if you see some of the Indian properties, you can see that aesthetically the interior looks much better. It's more cohesive.
Mm.
The Chinese don't really invest in that. So a lot of times they're like when they're off plan, the layouts are a bit funny, is because they're using stuff that they've already like layouts in China that work over there. But you know how they live in China. We don't want to live like
Well,
that
I
in Kenya.
really don't know anything about China. Well, I was at one development where they had the shower, and then you would have to go through the shower to go to the washing machine or the laundry
Exactly.
area. I was
And
like,
they think that
this
is
is
normal.
crazy.
They think this is normal. Like Chinese people are willing to accept any, and Kenyans are getting to that point as well. That's why they say like the housing market doesn't make sense in Kenya, is because like you'll see the most like horrible layouts like this, like the square meters doesn't make sense. The location, there's like bungalows all around it, like
Mhm.
everybody's on top of each other, but it'll be selling out before they've even broken ground. They'll be telling you, oh,
Yeah,
60% sold out. And it's like, how is this of value?
that's what I
And
don't understand about
yeah,
it because
so
some
that's
of
why
the
they say
bad
the market doesn't
developments
make
are
sense.
sold out.
It doesn't make
I'm
sense. So
like,
in China, there's
why?
1 billion people. It makes sense. Like
Mhm.
there's more people than obviously that would make sense. But
Uh,
over here, who is buying it when like
that's
in this
true.
instance? Like I can understand the Airbnb market. So for a lot of Kenyans, that's like they will sublet it from you. You'll have your property in Lavington, you'll rent it out for a year, they'll sublet it and they'll put it on Airbnb. So if somebody's there for a couple of weeks, they don't mind a bad layout as long as the price is right. But it can't be the whole market that's operating like that.
Yeah.
So
Well, I do think that some of the developments that we've been looking at, most of the ones that we've done recently, I think do have good, more modern layouts. But like I know what you mean, because I've seen other ones that are priced the same but horrible, and I'm like,
and we don't ever talk about
why
them
are people
because
buying it?
we just ignore them. Like we just put them to the wayside.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because it's, but then they'll come, the agents will tell you, oh, by the way, that's selling out fast. Are you sure you don't want that? And it's like, want what? You want me to go through the kitchen to go to my bathroom? It's a 1-bedroom, bear in mind. So you want me to come out of my bedroom to the living room, past the living room, to the kitchen, to get to the bathroom?
People are buying it. That's what I've been having trouble. Kim, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Kim's coming
Can you hear
on.
me?
Hi, Kim.
Hey, Kim.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you. I've been listening to this conversation with like a little frustration.
Why?
What I added there about the planner. So Nairobi initially did not have high-rise buildings. These high-rise buildings are very new. And the high-rise buildings are being put up in areas that had bungalows, and like the maximum number of floors you could have are about 3 or 4 flats, which is why if you go to like Raptor Road, or if you go to I can't think of any other area that had like many flats. But if you go to those areas, you'll find 4, maybe maximum 5 floors of flats. And the high-rise buildings are probably like maximum 5 years, 5 to about 10 years old. They're not that old. And they're buying out the land with the houses. So people are not just randomly building different heights. The high-rise is taking over a certain area. Like if you look at Kilimani, Kileleshwa, we didn't have such massive flats up until fairly recently. And a big part of that has been the Chinese development. The Chinese development, I don't know who is buying those houses. Kenyans do not like such houses. We like solid stone houses. People might be renting, but I don't know about the buying. Yeah, and I've been talking with people who have been really complaining because we're used to solid stone, we're used to space. So the whole, Chinese development, I don't see. Kenyans are moving out of Nairobi anyway, so by and large, because it's getting too expensive. So on that, I don't think
So
Kenyans.
my thing about that though is that the population is growing very rapidly, and building individual single properties costs more per space. So I mean, but I understand that these are priced at a premium anyway. So I think that's the interesting thing. Like, can Kenyans afford these type of buildings over a long period of time as the population's increasing is an interesting question.
I have
Yeah,
a
but
question.
also,
Sorry, Kim, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
One thing I've seen in Nairobi, because I've been visiting for maybe 7 years, so I do agree with you. 7, 8 years. I think the first time I went was about 8 years ago, but I do remember that there was these low rises, so it was like up to 8 floors, but mostly like bungalows with a lot of greenery, like a small bungalow sitting on a big piece of land. But what I always wondered is that if Kenyans can't afford like regular Kenyans, and this is a question I've asked other people as well, is like if regular Kenyans can't afford a flat in a high rise, which is cheaper than the bungalows, which Kenyans lived in these areas? Was it just the ultra rich, like the richest of the Kenyans, or rich foreigners? Yeah, like I'm just, because these bungalows are humongous, they're beautiful, but they sit on a big piece of land, and those lands, if you're telling me it's going for hundreds of millions, then these type of people were people that were ultra wealthy. So the majority of the people, did they live outside of Nairobi, like the central, these areas, or like I it's a question I always wonder.
That's a great question. So
Thank you.
those big bungalows that have a lot of land used to be government houses, very many of them, especially Upper Hill. You know, Upper Hill, where there are now very many tall
Yes,
glass
yes,
buildings.
yeah.
There were
In that
oh,
because that's not a residential area. I've seen that.
it
Yes.
was it was up until a few years ago. It was residential. There were
Ah,
huge government houses that government employees lived in, and
okay.
then they were sold to the people who lived in those houses as part of their retirement, and some were illegally acquired by corrupt government officials.
Got it.
And then a couple of years ago, who cares? Nobody knows who I am. A couple of years ago,
Yeah, right. That's why mine is MH.
yeah, a couple of years ago, we had an influx of money, which is why people are very apprehensive of the new wave of like Americans coming over. A few years ago, maybe I'd say maybe mid 2000s, early 2010s, we had a lot of money coming into Kenya, and nobody knew where that money was coming from. So if you lived
Interesting.
in South Sea, somebody would come to you, tell you, I'd like to buy a house, and they would like double or triple the price of your house. And people sold, which is why South Sea has so many flats nowadays. So people sold their little individual houses, and people started getting priced out of the middle class. So the middle class lived in like South Sea, Buruburu, Eastlands, and there were wonderful houses, Donholm. So that's where the middle class lived, but they got sort of like pushed out. And some of the people who got money from that bought flats, right? So whatever, they were fine. But
Okay.
and then the buying up of the houses moved from the middle class areas to these bigger pieces of land in Upper Hill. So like I'll give you an example of where well, I won't tell you exactly where I'm from, but our house went from being valued at 11 million to 30 million to 60 million in a very short amount of time. So if you're a
Wow.
regular Kenyan who's middle class and you're working a job, it goes from I can realistically buy a home to, oh, I can not afford a home at all. So people are scared that it's going to happen again. And also where Nairobi is positioned, Nairobi, Kenya has historically been kind of what do you call it? Kind of stable, except for
Uh-huh.
election periods.
Yeah.
So and we are surrounded by places with a lot of mineral wealth. So and
That
also
unstable. Yeah.
Somalia, Somalia and the piracy, right? There's a lot of money made at that time. So a lot of
Ah,
that money was cleaned in Nairobi. And how do you
okay.
clean that stuff? You buy property, you have kayaks, we've got kayaks everywhere in Nairobi. Where's all that money coming from? So we got so much money in Nairobi that it didn't make any sense. So now people are scared another wave is going to come and now we will be completely priced out.
When was
So
this,
that's
Kenya?
a fear people
Sorry,
have.
Kim. When did this first wave of money into real estate happen in Kenya?
Gosh. Let me think. I think it was around early 2010s, 2011, 2013,
Because
right about then.
gentrification generally is like a wave, like it's like a slow build, it's a slow burner
Yeah.
usually. So you don't even feel it. You're like, oh,
Oh,
one skyscraper, then there's another, then you feel like, oh, you're overwhelmed all of a sudden.
yeah. In Kenya, it happened over like 5 years. Like the whole Nairobi changed dramatically in
Hmm.
terms of housing because that's how people started investing, and they would come and buy cash, which is why now, if you go to a bank and you want to deposit a huge amount of money in Kenya, you have got to provide a sale agreement. You have to provide. You've sold your house. Who have you sold it to? Where has the money come from? Because there's a lot of cleaning of money that was happening. So that has made people a little panicky, a little fearful of yeah, of everything that's
Because
happening.
I can so in sorry, just to continue this. So you said that the middle class lived in the Eastlands, in South Sea, and these areas. So who lived
South Bay.
in
Yeah.
Kilimani,
Oh,
Westlands,
upper
Kilele,
upper middle class, upper middle class, and
Kenyans?
yeah, upper middle class Kenyans, and also like say for example, because I used to live on Raptor Road, a
Right.
lot of my neighbors were professors, University of Nairobi professors. So these are upper middle class people who have their own homes in their villages where they come from, and then
The
they have like a
ancestral land.
flat. Yeah, exactly. And then they have a flat in Nairobi. So those are the people who didn't want to build in like the say the I don't know
And the
the
bungalows, so
rundas
it
or the
was
mountain views.
so those are the people that own those bungalows. Right.
Uh, yeah, so the bungalows were owned by government officials. So those would be top government officials, and also yeah, mostly government officials. So they had a lot of land. Those bungalows, they were They're amazing, actually. They're really nice, very well built, very solid stone.
Yeah, I've seen a few of
Very
them, and
beautiful.
they look like they were, for affluent families only. So that's why I didn't understand. Like, a lot of the Kenyans that I want, like, are the same Kenyans that would they be able to afford those bungalows to live in these areas? Is what I was wondering. Like, are the same Kenyans, like, I can understand if you lived in a lower end community and you feel like that has been gentrified. But areas where you never had equity, you could never afford to live in Westlands anyway.
Yeah.
Why does it matter if those areas are now have like high rises? Like, that's the
Also,
question. Mhm.
yeah,
Oh
places that were
no, that
middle
was a
class
good
properly,
question.
people, yeah, that's what I'm responding to. Places like Kilel, I get these two places confused, and I've lived
Kileleshwa,
there my whole life.
Kilimani.
Yeah, so Kileleshwa and Kilimani as well, but mostly Kileleshwa, because Kilimani had very many of those bungalows. But no, yeah, both of them. But Kileleshwa became a middle class like landing. That's where middle class people would like who got good jobs would
Like
land
upward
there. Your first,
mobility,
yeah, that would be like your first flat, and then
right?
like and then you sort of like grow
Move
up
on from
and
that.
and move
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, like,
So
if
it
you're a
was
fresh university graduate that got the starting
a decent
salary,
job,
that's the kind
exactly.
of, yeah, you could get.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So
So
it was
they
like
could afford it.
they could afford it. So what would
But
happen
what
is if you
type of
come from a
houses did
middle
they
class,
live in? What type
oh,
of
flats. I don't know if you've seen like the
ah,
older flats, especially go to Raptor
the
Road.
low rise, the low rises.
Yes. Yeah, if you go
Right.
to Raptor Road, there's plenty of them still
Yeah,
left.
yeah. I stayed in one time. It was like 8th floor. It had like, I think it was like 8 to 10 floors. It wasn't that high, but it was like a low rise, what we would consider a low rise.
Yeah. So that was kind of like
Okay, that's
a
really
bit of a
interesting because I
dream.
thought those, because I've seen those apartments for sale, like a 2 bedroom in those low rises are like 15 million now. So, and
Yes,
they're
yeah.
old. They're like 2019, built in 2019, 2018. So they're not
Oh,
brand
that's
new
not old.
houses, but they're expensive now. And that's just because the price has gone up across the board,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it has gone up, yeah.
When they bought it,
So
it wasn't that price.
yeah, definitely not.
But
Yeah, but there are some which are significantly older. You can find some because I lived in Raptor Road. My cousin lived in Kileleshwa, and it was some flats. This was maybe 2012, 2013.
sorry,
So
Ryan, I'll mute
yeah,
myself. Go ahead.
No, you
yeah,
guys are good. It's a good conversation. These are the questions that I ask everybody when, I'm driving with them or any agents, like the history, who are the
yeah,
people that are buying here, who can afford here, what is affordable, what someone would consider affordable. So it's a good conversation.
yeah. But also, let me just
I
add
would,
that
but I would, go ahead.
no.
No, I would submit that this is what happens in every major city, though,
It
is
is, but now,
that,
okay, the part of the reason why people are feeling like it's so unfair is because um in the early 2000s, see, education was how people got, like it is anywhere in the world,
mhm,
is how people got ahead.
kebab.
Yeah, so Kibaki brought free education. For the longest
Mhm,
time, people could not, like you went to the tea place. For the longest time, people would wait for the tea boom, that the bonus farmers would get to educate their
mhm,
children. So kids would be out of school for God, even years. People would drop out of school. But Kibaki brought free
mhm,
education, and with that came a
mhm,
promise of upward mobility. And because of corruption, that promise didn't come true, which is why we have so many people who are educated and unemployed.
mhm,
I
mhm,
stayed out of the employment. When I graduated, I went 5 years without a job before I got a job in
mhm,
Kenya. And I couldn't also get like a regular job like you can in the West, where you just get a retail job or something.
mhm,
No jobs at all. But luckily, I'm middle class. I lived with my parents. We were fine. But so many people have had these aspirational dreams, and Nairobi has been the city to go to. So now it's
mhm,
becoming kind of like a reality that that dream will not happen for people in Nairobi. But at the same time, there's a lot of development out of Nairobi. So like
mhm,
I was born and raised in Nairobi, kind of borderline Kiambu, Nairobi. But now
mhm.
I'm fully aware that Nairobi is no longer for me. And that's something that people don't want to let go of, because it's your dream, in life. But then now
Right.
you guess you just have to reassess and rearrange, and that's painful for people to accept.
Yeah, MH, you don't have to mute if you want to keep going. I like your
Sorry,
questions that
it
you're
was because
asking as well.
it was your commenters. They were like, they're not
No,
here for
no,
the
don't
ladies.
listen to them. No.
I was like,
I
let
think
me
most people
not.
like it. I think most people
Yeah.
like it. Yeah.
Okay, because it's like you come to hear one person. I do like sometimes when I come on lives and it's like the host that you wanted to like listen to,
Yeah.
they get hijacked and you're just. But I'm trying to keep it on like a topic, so I feel like most of it might be questions that they have. Because I really appreciate people like Kim that are not that she's just speaking to the reality of what has gone on in
Yeah.
Kenya, going on currently, her own life. These are the kind of things that we can learn from. But when you're just trolling, like not Freedom, sorry,
Yeah.
Plato and those people, we don't learn anything, and it's just a back and forth that's like really unnecessary. So
yeah, I understand the pushback. But I keep saying that
this pushback, I understand though.
I keep using New York City as a comp because I understand that there's some special things like you're saying that, you know, the Kibaki era, a lot of people were getting educated and people are moving to Nairobi for opportunity, and then those things then pan out. So like there are certain specifically Kenyan things, but just in general, this is like people complain about this in New York City. Like I'm from New York City and now I can't afford to live here. I hear like I almost think that's a worldwide phenomenon. Not to be insensitive to it, but I feel like I've heard a different version of this before, you know?
Yeah,
and actually, when I was interviewed at the LNN network, that seems to be a trend, is that there's a lot of fear and concern about the increasing of prices, you know, within the city and gentrification and that type of conversation.
It's a combination of the government, I think, not following through with their promises that were made to the public. So it's like they have that animus. The fact that they don't feel like foreigners really understand what's going on in the country in which they reside. And we've experienced that, like people experience, a lot of countries in the global south experience that when there's an influx of expats. Thank you, Epic. But yeah, I understand, like with Kim, it's like, what is your future? Like, what is Nairobi without the Kenyan people? Is it going to be South Africa during apartheid, where all the South African, the black people, that native people are on the outskirts and they drive in, they have to get buses into the city to work for who? Like, so we have to be careful.
That's ugly.
Yeah, so that is also a concern.
I don't want to be in Kenya. I don't want to live in a Kenya where there's no Kenyans. That I want Kenyans to be my neighbors. I want to work with Kenyans. I don't want to be in a expat utopia where there's a racial hierarchy or a passport hierarchy. That's not why I don't think a lot of black people are moving back to the Nairobi for. That's not what we come like. That's just far from what we've come for. We want to join in with what Kenya has. Like Kenya's built their country to a level where people want to move to it. We want to add to that, not push those people out and usurp them because we have a passport or a different currency.
I 1,000,000,000% agree with that. I couldn't say any better, and I totally agree.
Yeah, so that's also a concern, you know, culture. Well, change is inevitable, but there's also, I don't know, Kenya's always been a vibe. It's never been, this is nothing new. I know people are discovering how amazing Kenya is, but foreigners have always gotten lost in Kenya and become Kenyan.
Yeah, that's why it's so multicultural.
Yeah, so
even the Chinese, they love it there. They love it.
Yeah, I think what will happen is just, you know, the culture will evolve and okay, so actually something I should let you guys know. A couple of companies have tried, specifically South African companies, because South Africa kind of has this mentality that they are the leaders and that they lead and we follow. So a couple of brands have tried to come to Kenya and not adapt to Kenya and then lost what do you call it? They have just made losses and left the market. Happens all the time because Kenyans have this silent sabotage where they like we will quietly completely ignore you and your business until you can't make money in at all. So there's this quiet thing that goes on. Like the last one was ShopRite. I remember being in a ShopRite, which you guys probably haven't been to in Kenya because it had a very short, shelf life. And I remember being there. I was talking to my mom. I was like, "Oh, there's something we couldn't find." And another shopper came to us and said, "Yeah, I know, right? Just go to Chandarana." And we're like, "Okay." And we just left, and the place died slowly. So also, if you want to do business, Carrefour came shortly after, and Carrefour did well because it modified and became Kenyanized. So Carrefour is kind of what Nakumat used to be. I don't know if you remember Nakumat. So Nakumat died very dramatically. But there's this thing about people end up becoming Kenyanized slowly in a very subtle, silent way. And so I think Nairobi will still be Nairobi. It will just, people will get a little more Nairobi, and Nairobi will get a little bit from other people, and move on. So I'm not worried about that. I'm not really worried about culture. We happen to be very stubborn people, just in a very subtle way.
I don't. Yeah, I agree with MH. I'm here because the people, right? Like they make the place more than anything else. So we don't want to eliminate that with the money and gentrification coming in. And again, that was when I got interviewed, that was a big thing. So I know that's an issue. I wonder what the policy solutions are to that,
And that's why I would never consider Cape Town or South Africa generally as one of my options to move back to Africa, is because of that type of racial segregation. I don't enjoy it. I don't like to see it. Like one of the biggest blessings like in Kenya is just being able to go to any restaurant, high end, low end, and it's full of black regular Kenyans. Like being able, they're able. Like it makes me happy to see that they are able to fine dine, go to the best of the best. Being in countries in Africa, you've seen it, you've traveled, I'm sure both of you see it, where you go to any nice place that you go to will always be packed full of Europeans or white Americans. And you, even though you're in an African country, you feel like the odd man out everywhere you go. You go to a business dealing, you want to try to do something, you want to buy something in a nice area, and you're surrounded by not the people of the land. That makes anybody feel queasy and uncomfortable. But that was never the case in Kenya. So it is a real fear. And that's why we support the people of Kenya in whatever they want, as much as they want to welcome people or not welcome people. Like you can't always, you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Like not everybody's going to agree to you being there. But I feel like as a foreigner, if you know that you're going there with the best intentions, I feel like that's the best that you can do. Like,
yeah, but Nairobi was very segregated when I was growing up.
in terms of
when was this?
Very segregated in the 90s.
What time period?
Financially
in the 90s.
or racially?
Racially, yeah. Karen for real was white people. Karen, Karen, they had because they were there before colonialism ended. They just kept their land, and then they would sell. They didn't allow. They had like zoning laws. The Karen Association, so you couldn't own less than 5 acres. And I think that is still that some parts of Karen that's still applicable. In other parts they abandoned that a long time ago. And that was now during the Moi regime. There was a lot of poverty, and the people who had money in Kenya were senior government officials and their friends. So it was just the political elite, basically.
Can I ask you a
Mhm.
question? One of the questions that a lot of Black Americans and a lot of Africans from the diaspora have for Kenyans is, where is this venom for other Black people that you don't have for white people? This is one of the
Okay,
things.
let
Like,
me
is it
explain.
is it the crabs? Because
Let
we
me try
have
and
this
break this
issue.
down.
Because we have this issue, like in the West, where Black people
Mm.
we infight for the little scraps that we have. Is it the same thing, the crabs in the barrel mentality? Like,
I don't think so.
okay, so please explain.
Yeah, let me explain. Okay, so now political elites own those big houses we're talking about in the bungalows in Upper Hill and Karen. There are Black people there. I had a very rich uncle who lived there who was also a politician. So it's all the political elites. So they have looted, stolen, blah 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 blah. 2000 and 2003 comes, we get the new government, Kibaki, and a lot of opportunity comes in such a short amount of time because the guy was an economist, and the country's economy starts really, really growing, and people start to get money and start buying. So Karen in the early 2000s is when it started getting lots and lots of Black people buying houses. The land started being divided into 5 acres, 1 acre. So people started buying in that, and that's what you see now.
More affordable.
And then, yeah, more affordable. And then the white people were pushed to Laikipia. So most of them bought land in Laikipia, and and they're still there. So they bought from there are people who own 40,000 acres in Laikipia, white people. They inherited the land. So they now sold part of their acreage to the white people coming from Nairobi, running away from the the Black people. But now we've
like
also followed them
Zimbabwe.
there. So kind of. Yeah, but now we're also in Laikipia buying land from them because they also can't sustain that lifestyle.
But I have a question. So what did they do to deserve this land? Is it just
nothing.
that
They got it.
that they colonized
They got it for
Kenya?
free.
Like
Yeah.
that generational wealth is just for free. Like now you're buying off your own land from them.
Yes. And so what happened during colonization? Okay, let me just give you deep dive history. Actually, I studied history in university, so you guys are getting. I'm not just talking random things. So what happened is, we got colonized in the late 1800s. Initially, it was the missionary, which is why I have issues with churches. So the missionaries.
Brian, you're making noise. Can you hear yourself? We can hear you.
No,
you just have to be louder.
Oh, okay.
He's water. He's that.
So they came in as missionaries, and then Kenya became a protectorate in the I think it was like the late 1910s.
Right.
Kenya became now a proper colony, and they invited people to come and take lands. Right. So people were invited to come on as farmers. Because Kenya was now property of the crown. Right. You get it? Yeah. So people got huge tracts of land. There were like you would just say, you'd be gifted or you would get like 100.
Ryan, you have to mute yourself. I don't
you
think
would
you
get,
can hear us.
but I think it's fine now. So you'd get huge tracts of land, and the idea was farming. You needed to farm to make money, to pay taxes, blah 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 blah. So farming was the reason, because Kenya didn't have minerals. So many of them came to farm, and they had ranches. If you go to Naivasha, you'll see the Delamere Ranch. There were cattle ranches. There were people growing food, wheat. Tea was brought by a white man who came to Kenya from India. Right. So they were invited to come over. So they were given the land as incentive to come over and farm. Right.
Ryan, do you see the chat?
I see them. I know. They're cracking me up.
Kim could barely hear herself talk. She took a long pause. She was waiting for you. And I was like, just be louder.
Oh. I didn't think it would translate. Oh, I have the mic on.
Yeah, you didn't mute yourself.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm new to this. I didn't even think about
Kim
that.
was just we're still on Kim's point. I think she was going to tell us why a lot of Kenyans are more upset with other black.
And I don't think it's any different. So anyway, the white people come to farm, so they're given land to farm. when we got independence, part of the deal to get the independence was that at least Kenyatta did not want to destabilize the economy by switching away from the global economy. So he maintained the same Minister of Finance and the same Minister of Agriculture, so that because agriculture was our mainstay, and to ensure that his economy did not collapse after independence. And
so that's where we got all the tea farms from.
Yes, so to have a smooth transition. And then at the same time, he did not kick out the white people because he knew that would upset the global powers, which are in charge of everything, right? So everything kind of remains the status quo, but then there was land distribution, which did not go well. The most prime land still remained in the white people's hands and now in the black elites. So that distribution favored the political elite in Kenya. And then in the 70s, there was a cap on doing business as a government official. You could not own a private business, but they removed that in the 70s. So when they removed that, corruption creeps in. So you only have the elite growing and growing and growing, along with the Indian people. And by the way, Indian people are very business savvy. I know people are like, oh my God, they have businesses. They are generally business savvy. And I say this as my experience. My grandfather was in World War II. He was in the British Army in World War II, went to Burma and came back home with 3 of his friends and set up businesses based on what they saw there. They were like, those people are very entrepreneurial. So they came to Kenya, back home, and literally everything I have today, even the education I've gotten, comes from the generational wealth my grandfather built from a shop. He bought land, he bought houses, and that's how we grew. So Indian people are generally entrepreneurial. They have benefited from being they have access to the political elite. So they have also played games with us.
Are people upset with the Indians like they are with the Somalis and the South Sudanese and the Ugandans, that they seem so upset with constantly? Because we see it in the chat even today. Like, I never hear them speaking about Indians or Mzulus. It's always like it's like refugees coming from neighboring countries, or poor people like Rwandan people that are just, poor people that are just looking for a way out kind of thing are the ones. And it's because they're at the lower end of the social class that people feel like they're easier to aim at, or is it something else that is...
Kenya has a racial dynamic, and we've always had racial tension between Indian people, white people, and black people. Between Indian people and black people, so Indian people owned very many shops, especially when I was young in the 90s. You'd go to town, Biashara Street, they would all be owned by Indian people, and then they would have Indian staff. And it was always known by us, the regular people. I'm telling you a story. So what would happen is
it was similar in other countries in East Africa. So I know that to be true.
Exactly.
That's why in Uganda, remember Didi, what's his name? Idi Amin. The reason why he kicked them out is because they were that buffer for the British, and when the British left, they felt like they could take over. They could replace the colonizers. Like, they felt like that was their position to take now. And they used, their connections, the fact that they knew the country well, and they already had some generational wealth from the, the lands that they lived in, to try and take that spot. So a lot of this was an issue. I do remember that, but I just don't feel that venom. So I feel like, is it just because?
So what happened is, yes, they have been here for long. So in the 90s, there was a lot of tension. Of tension, because there was also no upward mobility for Black people. And then we also had, there was like racism from their end towards us, and even their Black employees they were just nasty. You'd walk into an Indian shop and you'd leave feeling terrible. So there was a lot of venom then, but since then there's been a lot of integration. And like I told you, we've also had a lot of upward mobility of Black people. And also there are very many poor Indians in Kenya. I don't know if you don't see, maybe you guys need to go to Eastleigh and to other parts of Nairobi where, and you'll see that there's also in general integration. For me, I felt a change, weirdly enough, after Black Panther came out. And I remember going to Diamond Plaza and seeing Indian people selling African stuff. And I said, hold on, what has happened here? It was even just going to Diamond Plaza, you felt like an outsider walking into someone else's, you know,
What was in Diamond Plaza?
area.
Sorry, I'm not familiar.
Diamond Plaza is it's in Parklands. It's like a complex that Indian people own, and
Indian
also
people.
Indian people. Yeah, it's also a place where they go to chill. It's
like an Indian, like a little Italy, little China.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, but it's. I personally feel as though the sort of like venom, vitriol, whatever you want to call it, is there, but it's not discussed openly necessarily.
Because people are scared?
No, nobody's scared. It's something that it's not even that open. You just in general talk about it with whoever's next to you, but it's not that serious also, according to us, because we live with Indian people, have always lived with Indian people. You can't go to a town in Kenya and not find an Indian person. And they've been here since they were brought in by the British. They didn't bring themselves. The British brought them when they were colonizing us to build the railway. So they are a part of Kenya's fabric.
So people feel like because they were imported by the British that they don't deserve the same kind of vitriol from the Kenyan people.
No. It's not about even having vitriol. They're just a part of Kenyan society.
Oh, so you don't consider them to be outsiders the same way you consider these African people or Black Africans from other countries?
We don't even consider Black Africans to be outsiders at all. I don't know where people are getting this idea from.
Well, it's
there's a difference. There's a difference between a Kenyan and somebody who's not Kenyan. Because I'm sure in your countries, there's a difference between someone who's your countryman, whether they are white or from wherever, they're still of your country. And there are certain things that you
it may be just online. It may just be online, but I find that there's much more resistance to Black Americans and other Africans and Indians, whites, Europeans, 100%. Asians, Chinese.
100%.
I never hear any negativity, but I do get negativity with what I'm doing at times. And I don't see them giving negativity to those other groups in the same way.
But I also think a part of it is that you guys are being very vocal. I think if they were as vocal as you are in sharing the story, they would get even more worse.
But I don't see South Sudanese people online, but you guys are always after them. I don't see Somali people online, but you guys are always talking about them. I don't really see Ugandan people online like that, but you guys are always the first people that are being targeted with the xenophobia, and I just don't know why. Is it that Kenyans believe that there's a racial hierarchy and that these
I don't think it has anything to do with race. No, it has nothing to do with race. I don't think so.
Because I hear people complaining, like other people, like other Africans. You see them.
Okay, but let me ask you. I also want to know. Haven't you seen what Kenyans did? We got some guys, a Chinese guy deported. Art Cafe. Do you know Art Cafe was very segregated? Do you go to Art Cafe? Art Cafe had an issue there at the beginning. And people were very unhappy.
Is it Art Cafe where there was a Chinese-only restaurant? Was it in Kenya?
No,
correct?
Art Cafe is a
no.
Was
there a Kenyan-only restaurant? There was a Chinese-only restaurant. There was a Kenyan online. There was a Kenyan-only. There was a Kenyan lady that was on social media on TikTok, and she was saying that she went to a restaurant owned by Chinese, and they said to her, "Sorry, you can't come. It's Chinese only," and she was complaining about that. So
I've never experienced that my entire life. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Kenyans, we're very dramatic. We would honestly, because Art Cafe
they've done it in other countries in Africa, so it's not only to Kenya.
But there's there's like a narrative. There's like, I don't know, people spin stories that aren't true. Somehow things get spun out of control. Like say for example, you go into a restaurant, you only see Indian people, then you go out and say, oh my God, they only serve Indian people. Meanwhile, maybe it's just Indian people who walked in that day. Like there are narratives that people like pick up, runs disappear.
Kim, do you, because the thing is, Ryan, I don't know if Ryan can attest to this, but like in the West, we've acknowledged the internal, the like institutional race, like with our internal racism, like the Black people can be, because of colonization, because of slavery, there's a thing within us, like that believes that there's a social order, and that if it deviates, so we are more likely to be upset with other Black people that are doing better than ourselves than we do white people, because we believe they should be doing. It's the natural order of things. Is that kind of feeling? Are you like more? Are you willing to accept that's that kind of feeling
That
within
definitely
Kenyan
exists.
people?
It
Okay, thank
definitely
you.
That's
exists. There
my
is
perception of it.
Me
there is
too.
a belief that
Ryan shouldn't live like that,
belief.
but if Ryan was in a white mask, oh, that's normal. You know, a
No,
white
no, no,
American guy,
no.
he should
In
be
Kenya,
living and buying property.
in
They're
Kenya,
rich.
if you're Black American and you're white American, you're coming with the American dollar. People will view you as the same thing. If you're Black British and you're coming with, and there's another person who is coming with money from a different part of the world, that's why people call all Westerners Mzungu. I don't think Kenyans will like treat a Black person from America differently than a white person from America. You're both coming with the American dollar, and there's a belief that there's money outside there. So I don't know if that's true. I don't believe. I don't believe.
If I was white, I don't know if those people would respond to me the way that they do.
Right.
Actually, they have commented. They're like, "Oh, well, the British have more in common than the Black Americans. They understand our culture better."
I remember seeing that. I remember seeing that comment, and I responded to that guy
last week.
And I told that guy that he should come to the UK and see and understand that we have nothing in common with British people.
So
but
also,
there is that mentality.
Can I just say there's somebody that wrote in the comment section that that Kenyans could never go to America if it was not for African Americans putting their lives on the line. So that's another thing that people seem to forget, that migration goes both ways. Kenyans would never have been able to, Black Kenyans, go to America if it wasn't for African Americans. So, and the amounts of Kenyans in America is much larger than the small amount of African Americans that are moving to Kenya now. So if we're talking about like who's benefiting from this relationship between African Americans and Kenyans, I would say the latter.
I think it's both ways though. There is, Obama's father went to America because of the airlift program, which was started by Tom Mboya, who's a politician in Kenya, in partnership with civil rights leaders. So he partnered with MLK and a few other people, and they raised the money necessary to bring these people over. So they were the first group of Kenyans who went to study in America. So that is partially, it's a distortion of the truth, but it is partially true that
it's true
and those people
person.
ended up.
Tim, that's true for every Black person benefits from the Black American people. Any Black person that's gone to America, that has succeeded, that's been educated, that's come back to their country, that's done well for themselves, they benefit from the fact that Black people put their lives on the line and fought for civil rights. Otherwise, I remember like my maternal side, my granddad tried to go to America during segregation. He had the worst time of his life. My great granddad, like until he died, he said he never had such a demeaning, demoralizing experience in his life. So the idea that we can now go to America and be treated like normal citizens is on the backs of Black Americans and their labor and their blood.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, I think, and that's probably not the experience that most people have here, right? So, I mean, if you're not aware of the history like that, then, it's not.
Yeah, but Ryan, ask them, they never want to come to the UK. If you ever ask a regular Kenyan, where do you want to be? Like, if you could leave Kenya now, and the majority of them would be like, yeah, I would go in a second. They all want to go to migrate to America.
But it's because the UK has the craziest immigration rules in the world. Getting into the UK as a tourist,
the UK for, to be honest, like there's the opportunities that lie in America don't lie in the UK in the same way. It's a small island. Like Kenyans, but the amount of successful Kenyans in America outweigh us.
Also, just to explain also why people kind of think that maybe Kenya is similar to the UK is because our infrastructure before it got changed was very British, including the way we drive.
Right.
It's a colony. Like it's a colony. We're not talking about that. He was trying to act like they were culturally Like we're more culturally similar than the Black Americans. Like there's some
but if you tell people that they speak British
far off
English,
people,
and you
just
tell people
because
that they
you.
drive on the
So what? I speak.
on the left, no, no, it's not about you. You forget that it's
See,
about the people who are hearing these things
Kim,
from an early
yeah, but
age.
Kim, like this is the thing. Yeah, I think this is the indoctrination that Kenyans have suffered through. I don't know if it's the education system, if it's like residents of colonialism, but somebody coming from a different country and imposing their way of living on you doesn't mean you share a culture. Like go to
I
India,
agree.
they speak
Yeah.
British English, like their version of it. That doesn't make them British or anything like that. It just means like Black Americans are closer to us and will always be closer to us than any other type of American that
I
exists in
completely
America.
agree.
Like
I agree. Yeah.
so they are culturally more like us. We get our culture from us. If you go around Kenya now, a lot of people, you can see the influence of Black American culture, not regular other mainstream
but
culture.
if you talk to a regular Kenyan, and that's why you guys need to leave the little expat enclave that is Westlands and surrounding areas. If you just venture a little further out,
Yeah.
there is less influence of how do I put this? You'll get to see a bigger variety of people, and the people in the comments are also just
No, but what I
just
mean,
deal
Kim,
with
is
real
that we
people.
have a solidarity to Black people in America. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, if we were to pick things from different culture, because America is the biggest exporter of culture, it's the Black people that we look towards. We don't look. You guys, Kenyans don't look. There's no Chris Brown's on every bus in
Agreed, yeah.
Nairobi. It's
I
not
don't know if
Ed
people of the
Sheeran.
continent feel that way.
Yeah,
To be
like, it's
honest.
But
not
let
Ed
me tell you
Sheeran though.
why
Why
also.
wouldn't they put, if they're so close to the British, why not put Ed Sheeran on there?
But a big issue we have
Like, let's
is
be
also
honest.
communication. There's a big issue in where we don't share enough of our general culture with each other, so people are just simply not aware of what's going on. It took me going to South Africa to discover that we Kenyans are culturally, East and Southern Africa, we eat the same food, we kind of have the same attitude towards life, and that shocked me, surprised me. And then I
The women
spoke to
have
an
the same
American
body
man.
shape.
Yeah, I spoke to an American man who talked to me about his life in the American South, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. You eat what? You eat collard greens, like we eat the same food. We kind of have similar. He was talking to us about home life and how when you have a party, the men do this and the women will be doing this. And I was like, oh, I would do the same things. But we don't get to share our internal lives with one another. So we actually don't know how similar we are. I have a friend from the Caribbean. We were talking about goat meats, because
Love it.
Exactly.
Love it.
So there is a need to share information with one another. We also consume way too much information from Hollywood, which paints terrible images of, like crazy images of who we are. Like if you want to know about Black America, you'll just watch Training Day or something.
And if you want to
about
know about
Africa,
Kenya, you look at the news, CNN. You watch the news and
CNN,
you see
exactly.
either a famine is happening in Africa, there's another war going on in Africa. But what I see is like a lot of Black Americans are pushing away from that. Even though they are getting all of these negative images of Africa, they have chosen to educate themselves. They've gone out of their way to come and visit the African continent.
That's
We can
because
do the
we
same.
are in some sense, us that live outside of the continent are seeking understanding to identity that people on the continent are not seeking. So that's where maybe some of the disconnect is coming from, right? Because if you've always had a connection to your culture, undeniably, you don't really have to seek or understand other culture. Or people in the diaspora who are born there don't have to. That I think there's a disconnect in the thinking there, which is natural, just because I think people in the UK, blacks in the UK or US, are starting to kind of look for connection. But if you're from Kenya, you kind of already are connected. So
That makes sense.
that's kind of my perspective on maybe those on the continent not understanding the same way that we're kind of reaching out to them because we're trying to reconnect. which may seem odd because they don't have that problem, you know.
I know.
Like if you're Kikuyu or Luo or whatever tribe you're from, you know what that means to be that. And we have a UK Black American culture, you know, Black UK culture that's mixed. You know, they have the Caribbean aspects to it, but it's not. You know, it's not the same.
No. But thank you to the chat. We see your comments and we appreciate them. I'm glad you're enjoying the conversation because we have officially we've hijacked Ryan's stream live for today.
Yeah, but this isn't about me. I love this. I love the conversation that we're having.
Yeah, I think we got derailed initially.
To have these good.
Sorry, the reason why we're having this conversation is because of these trolls. Like, I just want to know what is this mindset coming from? Because it's exhausting to have to see you deal with these type of people like every week when you've not come for that. You've been so positive about Kenya. You've been positive about the people, the economy. Like, you've supported the protesters. I feel like you've done nothing wrong to deserve the kind of vitriol that you've been receiving from these people. So I wanted to know where this kind of like mindset is coming from. And I know Kenyans are not the type of people that genuinely will tell you the truth. Like then they don't like to offend, like in general. So it's nice when they're anonymous. Like sometimes when you're not face to face with the person, if they can explain it to you and be honest, like is how do you guys really feel and why do you feel like this?
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to decipher it. And, you know, I would assume that not everyone's going to feel like it's sunshine and rainbows. And I'm sure, I do think that there's that British thing here with, and I guess it's part of colonization to some degree, where like outspokenness is a bit offensive. So I feel like that could be part of it as well, because the way I communicate is kind of in a confident way. I don't know.
It's not a British thing. Because I've seen other British colonies.
It's not British, man. It's not British.
But it could be colonial. It could be a colonial hangover.
Yeah, no, but you guys are genuinely polite people from what I've seen. Sorry.
Ronnie, welcome.
Hi.
Karibu.
Welcome. More men in the chat. Okay. Ladies' night's over.
Everybody got something to say about Kenyans, man.
Hey, go ahead.
Everybody got shit to say, man.
I know. I'm so sorry. I would hate people talking about us in this similar manner, but it's because we love Kenya that we're talking about Kenya. That's the fact. We love Kenya. We love the Kenyan people.
I think we want to understand.
Yeah,
actually,
So you're talking about
that? What do you think?
The silence thing, Kenyans don't like to offend thing. It's not really a colonial thing, really. It's just a general thing about I think it's a very Eastern and Southern African thing.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a very all the way from Kenya, Zambia, Ugandans,
Tanzania.
Yeah. South Africa.
It's just you guys are so polite and it's beautiful, and that's why people want to be engaged with you and around you. But sometimes you feel like because you guys are so polite that you don't tell us how you feel about certain touchy, more controversial topics. So that's why we were saying being online is beneficial, because I don't know who you are, you don't know me. There's no business transaction. Like it's not a transactional relationship. If you offend me, there's nothing I can do that will harm you, or you won't lose out on anything. So you can be free to say exactly how you feel about me or Ryan, specifically Ryan.
So Ronnie, what do you think about the conversation? I'm curious what you've been waiting.
I got in late, but yeah, I think it's a great conversation that you guys are having. I haven't really seen what you guys are talking about, but
okay.
Yeah, I got in a little bit late.
See how he's being polite, Ryan.
He said, "Let me in." He said, "Let me in" a while ago, and I brought him. You were in here for a minute.
And, Okay.
Or do you
Keeping
want
it
me to
cute,
be like?
keeping it demure. Okay, we like it.
But I
No,
agree
but
with what you said. It's cultural. It is
yeah.
an Eastern Southern African kind of
It's a beautiful
Yeah,
thing.
cultural thing. Yeah.
West Africans are very different. They're more like
Yeah,
Mhm.
Black Americans. Yeah.
yeah. It's
Niger-
a beautiful.
I always say this: Black Americans and Nigerians are, I think, we're very, very
Two
close,
peas in
like
a
how we
pod.
We're
act with
very at
a
par.
lot
Yeah.
of things.
Caribbeans too.
Yeah. Same
Oh
people
yeah.
Caribbeans,
actually.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But but I appreciate East Africa. I probably came here for the, I don't know the right words, but I would say like slower, more relaxed,
Mm-hmm.
polite,
Sweet.
chill
They're very sweet
energy. I think
natured.
that's what I
Yeah.
like about being here. So I try to tone myself down,
Really?
as much as possible. I think so. Yeah.
I don't think that generally the personality you show us, Ryan, is that genuinely your personality?
Actually,
Yeah,
Ryan
I
is
think
very
so.
calm.
Because you're very
Thank
calm.
you. I
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I get that all the time. I don't feel calm, but I think I try to measure my words before I say anything,
Same as
you
Kenyans.
know? Yeah. Well, but I'm very transparent. This is definitely me, you know.
Do you feel like
we know that with the grouting.
The fact that you said I asked them 3 different times and they sent the lady squad for you, and you were like, okay.
Yeah.
You said I could do this better. But you know what, Ryan, this is one of the questions I wanted to ask you about the grout. Is that, have you found that in non-Chinese properties, the grout work is fine? I've seen some
Yeah.
good properties.
Yeah.
I've stayed
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Airbnbs where the grout work. So they're using the same Kenyan labor, but it's the overseers, the people that are overseeing them, that are specifically choosing better materials for the tiling, and they're making sure that they do it to their standards.
I agree.
Yeah, it's definitely oversight. Grout is not a material thing. It's just like technique.
Yeah.
But it's oversight. But
Yeah.
I guess
So I
most
feel
of
like
the
the
developers I've
Chinese,
seen are
they just, as
Chinese.
long as your people are buying it and accepting it, they'll keep feeding you
Oh
that
yeah.
same thing. They'll give
Exactly.
you that same diet. But with the Indians and the other nationalities, like American developments, you know that I went to that place, this development called Serenu. I think it's like an American developer. I'll send you the name
Oh,
of the chat. But the grout work was chef's kiss. Like, it was perfect.
really?
Perfect. So, and I've been to other properties where it's really good. So it tells me that it's not, and it's built by Kenyan workers. Like, they use the same. It's not the same stuff, but they expect better from them. So I don't know if they pay them more than the Chinese, because I'm not on the ground like that. But they spend more time in the interior, so they take longer with the interior. So don't rush the interiors. They take longer, but they get it to the standard. Yes, that's the one, Freedom.
Yeah, Saruni. Yeah, I want to check that one out. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, just generally from my observation, the Chinese are probably paying people very little because there's so many people working on a project. It's crazy to me. They're just throwing bodies at it. And I think they just rely on you and I've heard, and I don't like to generalize like this, but the way that the Chinese generally would do business is let you do the due diligence. They're just going to try to give it to you, and you need to push back to get it to the way
Because they
that you
don't think
want,
about
is my
branding.
understanding.
I don't think they think about branding in the same way, because these other
Some
developers
of them do, though.
But the reason why I
They
don't
mostly
believe that is
don't.
because they do a lot
don't
more
think-
projects. Like with the other nationalities, they might do one project a year, like one project at a time. But the Chinese will try and do 2 on the go, like 3 on the go. So it's like you can't maintain a certain standard, or because they know they'll be gone soon. Like it's not a everlasting business in Kenya. Like, they'll move on to Tanzania next, Uganda, wherever the money is. You know, this money that everybody's talking about that flooded the Kenya market, they'll be in the
I
next because
think
they
they
came with
do.
that money. They
I
came
think
with
they
that
do
money.
care about their branding, actually. At least some of them, because they put their brand on it. Blossom's Ivy, all of their developments, they use the word Ivy, and they have the similar colors and things. The Emerald Springs developer uses the same name convention. Like, for example, they have the next project, Amethyst, coming out, and it's like a purple theme. I think some of
Oh, talk
them
to us about
do.
that.
Yeah, I was trying to get early access to that one. There's actually a billboard that just popped up. I've been talking to them about it because they have proven to be a pretty quality developer. So I wanted to try to.
From what I saw from the renders of, I went to the property as well, Emerald. I just didn't like the sizing. The sizing and the location
Yeah.
was a bit off for me, but I really loved renders to reality side of things was quality. So are they selling?
I think they're going to announce it very soon. So I'm trying to. I've been in communication with them about, like, if they're doing a groundbreaking or an announcement ceremony or something, to try to get to there. Because again, they do seem like a pretty quality developer. So I always recommend don't buy unless you see the showroom or the developer's history. So that developer seems safe to purchase with, which is to my point. Some of them, not all the Chinese are the same. Like, I've seen
No.
really bad Chinese ones. The one that I don't want to give the name of the developer because I'm buying at that property. I don't really want to give my location, but
Oh, I know where you are.
that particular developer, yeah, they care about their brand. Like, they put their brand on everything, which makes me like those ones more because they seem more invested long term. Some of these ones don't do that, but they're all there's good Chinese ones, there's bad Chinese ones. I guess I need to see some of the other nationalities of developers, because I think most of them are Chinese. So it'll be good to check that out.
Yeah, I agree. So are they, so because normally they sell before they even do their so no?
Yeah, before they even
before
like
they
the
break ground.
Diplomat.
So I'm surprised. Not Diplomat. Diplomat. No. Great location. I just didn't like the idea of so many studio apartments all in. It's like 650 all in the same location. And I just thought that there's a high probability if that, because you know the Chinese are like, if one person buys, because even the same guys from Emerald, the developer, he was like, I'm looking on that same street now because Westlands, they've surrounded Sarit, they surrounded GTC, now they're onto Westlands. So if they could buy it, one Chinese owner is able to buy it, they're looking in that same road. So he's looking to buy it. So that's what I was worried about, future competition kind of thing. But I really like that location. So okay, that's interesting. So the reason why I bring up the grout work and the fact that it's because, you know, when you have a standard across the board, nobody really cares about the grout work. Like across the Chinese developers, they don't have to do it. Do you see what I mean? Like they feel like nobody else is doing.
They don't. That's my argument. Is
And
that
they don't check
if you're,
you see with
qualifications
Emerald
too.
now he's
if they're
risen the level.
buying it,
They don't have to. Exactly. Thank you. That's my
that's why it's hard to argue sometimes with them, because people are buying it right away. Guys, I'm out of time. I gotta go.
Go where? Oyster bacon. Wait, we're having a great conversation.
I know.
No, we're
I'm
joking.
sorry.
Another
MH,
great
you gotta
man.
come on again. People loved you being on here. Kimmy,
love
thank you so much.
Kim,
Ronnie,
are you still around?
I am
we
still
got to
around.
hear more from Ronnie at some point. I really love the history and kind of creating a perspective for us. I really appreciate that. And I
That
loved
was
your
amazing.
guys back and forth. Trust me, I don't mind just listening. Let's all stay in touch. There's always next week.
Definitely.
Guys, feel free to hit me up directly. And really good conversation, guys.
This was awesome.
Thank you to the chat.
Thank you, chat. Bye, guys.
Where's
Now
the
you've got
discount
something
club?
to say.
Did discount club show up today?
Now, I banned him eventually. I told him to come, and he kept talking junk and wouldn't come on the live. I finally banned him.
Okay, bye.
Because I don't mind. Like, you can criticize, you can be negative. Like, that's fine. But, like, I'm inviting you to come up, tell me what's wrong. I'll let you talk. And he didn't want to do it. So they got the boot.
Okay, cool.
But I appreciate you. You guys have a good night or good day wherever you guys are from. Willis Wilson, $5 super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate. Oh, Kenya won against Morocco. That's crazy. I wish I went to the game. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Thank you. See ya. Amazing.